Hello, everybody. I just got to right quick finish sending that email, and now I can get paid. Yay! Okay, we're on time today. Both Polly and myself are here, are
Woo!
ready,
Woo!
are queer. No, probably not. I don't know.
No, definitely not. No.
All right, good to
And
know.
it doesn't even rhyme.
I'm still a little bit delirious.
It's okay. That beer will clear it right up.
I'm working on it. I had a whole ass California burrito to myself earlier. So we're going to see what that does.
A California burrito? What's in that? Avocado and high taxes?
Well, no. It's just a normal burrito as you would normally get with avocado. That's what makes it California, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. Sorry. Ooh. I am feeling better. Still a little bit congested in this area. And my, under lip area is still raw as fucking hell from blowing my nose. But luckily, I have my toilet paper here. It is ultra soft, not Charmin's ultra soft. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's a little bit out of your girl's budget, but it's okay. It's still ultra soft.
What is it quilted?
What do you mean? Like quilted? Like it's got a pattern on it?
Yeah, the texture.
Yeah, it's got a pattern on it.
Nice.
These are little flowers. They're so cute.
Cool.
Little dot flowers. Ooh,
so
this is gonna
it might
piss
not
me
be
off.
the quadruple layer, but it's good.
I gotta even out this, otherwise it's gonna be an issue. All right, see, now it's good. Now it's flat. Whereas it was like this. I'm just gonna throw that away. Yes, it's waste toilet paper, but anything to curb my obsessiveness about having things be the way that they're supposed to be. Sorry. Huh. Oh, no.
What's the problem?
So, for whatever reason, Stella has a tendency to, bubble up and overflow. You drink out of it too aggressively, and I'm an aggressive person. So I just did that, and it's literally up to here, so I thought I was going to have to, deep throat the handle of this thing for a second, but obviously that did not happen. Did I scare Polly? Polly, where'd you go? Wow. Rude. I'll get you back in. What happened? No! This is what I'm talking about. You do this. This is all fuzz. This is all fizz.
What? At your age and you don't know how to drink a beer yet.
I'm sorry. Does this doesn't happen with any other beer that I've ever drank. It's literally just this one.
Is it the paper from the neck that you haven't torn away that's interfering with your drinkability?
No, why would that be? I
don't know. I'm trying to help you out here. I don't know.
Obviously, it has something to do with the physics and chemistry of the bottle and the fizziness of the drink itself. I don't know what it is. Apparently,
God hates you.
Yeah, apparently. Your girl Weebo doesn't know how to drink a beer, apparently. All right, we're going to try this one more time. Okay, I think we're good.
Wow. All right. So anyway.
Did you just accidentally exit out of the window? Is that what happened?
I was looking at the I am forever trying to adjust my audio to make it sound better because it sounds different every time I'm on a stream, every time I go to record. So I was just monkeying around with the camera/mic settings that are available to me over here in StreamYard. And I was just poking around in there to see if you can adjust the video quality, but you can't adjust the audio quality. So I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. And so I went to hit the back arrow, and I hit the back arrow for the browser, which is right above the back arrow for the StreamYard site itself. So, oops.
You dum-dum.
Well, at least I can drink a beer.
Can you?
No.
Do you even like beer, Polly?
I do. Yeah, absolutely. Stella's a great beer. I'm a big fan of Stella.
My dad likes Stella. I don't know if I've said this on air before or to you, Polly, but like the reason why I like Stella's is because Dad left me home alone with no other alcohol in the household, and I had nothing other else to drink, you know. So I had to settle, and in this case, settling was not a detriment, you know.
Yeah, no kidding. Like you're not settling to a no-name brand beer. You're drinking a Stella. It's fine. Jesus.
Yeah. And I'm not even usually a big beer fan. Usually I have like a nice crisp apple ale. Fuck, I can't even say it. Crisp apple ale or something of that nature, you know? Because
Hey,
I'm a basic white bitch. I like my drinks fruity.
no. A tart hard cider, that ain't, there's nothing basic about that. That's badass. I'm a big fan of dry hard cider.
I'm basic in the sense that I like my drinks fruity and to taste good. And I don't know, it tastes good.
It's not like you're drinking a pumpkin spice latte beer. You know, that would be pretty basic. And I've seen them. They exist.
I know they do. Okay. Did you know that Starbucks actually, some are licensed to sell alcohol?
I did not know that.
Yeah. And the only reason I knew this is because I was running alcohol compliance checks in my hometown. Which, yes, I get it, makes me a little bit of a snitch, but it was the coolest undercover gig that I will ever have in my entire life, and they fed me B-dubs, so suck it. I don't care. But they told me that I was going to have to go into Starbucks, and they selected me of, like, the two people that they had doing this undercover gig. One was another guy, so obviously they sent in the white girl to get the Starbucks drink.
Yeah.
Duh. And I just couldn't help but think to myself, like, Starbucks has Starbucks brand alcohol that they serve? Yes, apparently they do, but they're only in select locations. Like, the Starbucks that I work at does not sell alcohol. Mm-mm. I don't think we would be licensed to anyway, because we never have anyone that is, like, of age that could sell it at all times.
Lion Patriot says Narco Jones. That's good. And, Daniel Fulman asked a good question. Are those Ugg boots under your desk?
What you mean, like?
No, Weebs, basic white bitch Ugg boots.
Oh no, I was wondering, like, how could you see my slippers? I'm wearing these, but they're not Ugg boots. I don't know. I guess these are the closest thing I own. They were a gift from my dad for Christmas.
That's fine. Your little fur-lined elf boots don't count as Ugg boots.
They're slippers. They're indoor shoes. They're my indoor shoes.
No, it's fine. I have indoor Adidas. I know. I get it. I don't own a pair of slippers. They're an old pair of Adidas shell toes.
Well, okay. They're a blessing. I will say this, because you know how my living situation is, Polly, right? Where I live with a bunch of, I'll just say pigs, because that's the only nice way of putting it. I live with a bunch of messy Marvins, and that messiness does not extend to the kitchen floor and food that sits upon it, and they neglect to sweep it up. And I don't have, every waking moment of the day to police the kitchen floor and sweep up what they don't sweep up. And so as a result, it's a little bit crummy there on the kitchen floor, and I just cannot stand feeling that on my socks, on my bare feet. Just ugh. So the indoor shoes, they're good. They're a good investment. I 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go to hell, Pokimane.
What?
No, just every time I go to log into Streamlabs, there's Pokimane's stupid face.
You poor baby. Oh my gosh.
No, it's not even poor baby. I'm not acting oppressed here. It's just like, come on, can you guys get a new intro screen, for God's sake? One that doesn't have that particular e-thought on it. I understand you want e-thoughts on your front page. Cool. Why don't you rotate between a few of them?
That's fair. Okay, all right. You know what, Polly? You know what I'll do? I'll get super, uber, mega e-famous, and then you won't have to see Pokimane, because it'll be my sparkling personality and face that is plastered all over the internet for all to see. And then Brittany Venti can, take a break from Pokimane and start making fun of me instead. How about that? No?
Sorry. Well, yeah. I mean, if you get e-famous, I'll be all over you. Like, it'll be relentless. I'll become your particular e-hater.
Mhm.
I used to stream with this guy, and now he's got some kind of problem. I don't know what his deal is. He
Oh
just
no,
makes video.
we'll still stream together, even though you're my one true hater. It'll be a fun dynamic. What would we call that show? Because we couldn't keep calling it Cocktail Hour. Because Cocktail Hour is supposed to be with people you like, right? And you wouldn't like me in that event.
No, people drink cocktails with people they hate all the time.
All right, then we can still get away with Cocktail Hour.
Haven't you ever seen a group of girls go out for a drink? They clearly can't stand each other, but there they are.
No, I avoid my own gender like the plague. We're the worst. Absolute worst. We're so catty. We're so bitchy. We're so hypercritical.
Margot, I was just watching way earlier on today Sargon of Akkad's new video on Birds of Prey. It bombed at the theaters.
Yeah. I went to go see it last night, actually. That's why I have my hair up in the way that I do, because I'm going to film my review later tonight.
Oh, sweet. I was wondering why the double ponytail. That makes sense. Okay.
It's the first time I did the high up double pony since I was 3, I think, maybe.
So,
it hurts.
It hurts
my scalp.
I want to hear what you thought of it, but really quick, he's talking about Margot Robbie and the director, and they keep talking about the male gaze. Is that this film is to subvert the male gaze? That Harley Quinn's look in this film is a lot, in Margot Robbie's words, a lot less male gazy, etc., etc. Anyway, in this, Sargon reads off this one line from an interview she did, that I don't really understand this thing because it's totally false, that women are competitive with one another and a lot of times don't really get along. That's totally not true. Women aren't jealous of each other. As a matter of fact, when women get together, all they really talk about is, oh my God, I love this about you and I love that about you. And you see, like, Sargon look at the camera, like, press X to doubt is the look on his face. And he's like, is that true though?
We like to do that to people's faces, certainly, but behind their backs, women are hypercritical about other women.
Well, it like Sargon's just staring at the camera, and then he brings up a picture of Margot Robbie, and he says, I'm wondering if it's the woman who won the genetic lottery that doesn't feel competition with a lot of other women. Is that because maybe you're at the top of the pile?
Oh, she is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and it might be one of your fat, dumpy friends that's thinking, that bitch. Mm-hmm. Well, she is, I mean, she is the definition of, like, alabaster skin, blonde hair, blue-eyed, like, you know, doesn't look like she really looks like that. Looks like somebody made her up because she just, won the genetic lottery, if you want to look at it that way, happened to come together in all these ways. What kills me is it's like, Margot Robbie, you are literally a millionaire right now because of the male gaze. Do you think you were hired because you're a great actor? You're a barely competent actor that gets hired because you look like you do. And I mean, I know that's blunt, but it's true.
It's pretty blunt.
Yeah. Like, you take a look at Paul Giamatti. Guy's ugly. Mm-hmm. By any standard, that I wouldn't, like, he's not induced vomiting ugly, but he's not by any standard what you would call an attractive man. Take a look at Steve Buscemi. That's not a very attractive man. Those people are hired repeatedly because they're good actors. I mean, you think they're hiring? She played the royalty in Pride and Prejudice. She plays M in James.
Judi Dench.
Judi
right?
Dench. Yeah. Judi Dench is not gorgeous. She's an old woman now. She's hired because of her acting ability. She is a monster actor.
She's hired because she looks the part of someone who's like the stern grandmotherly type that you'd want in a specific part. I mean, there are specific parts where you want this specific look too. Sometimes it's not just all about whether they can act. It's like Henry Cavill was chosen to play Superman because he looks the part of Superman.
Well, you know what? I'll say that for Henry. Can you imagine if Henry Cavill started talking about, it's got nothing to do with my looks, my cleft chin, my barrel chest, my square jaw. It's like, dude, come on. I've heard women talk about you, dude. Just it's cool. You define beefcake. Just embrace it and let it go.
Yeah. I have a type. I don't know if you guys know this.
I'm just saying, like, it's Margot Robbie to be talking that way. It's every single woman that hears you talking and they can see a picture of you is thinking, shut up, bitch. And justifiably, like, oh my God, I'm so tired of men just staring at me. You're a millionaire because of it. Who are you fucking kidding?
All right, before we go on, Evolved Potato donated on the Streamlabs to say this: the pigtails look good. I would recommend you do it for a boyfriendo. Just don't talk about deep throating while wearing them. That would be exactly what it is that I do with boyfriendo when it is that I'm wearing the pig. Duh! Sorry, okay, off topic. But yes, Margot Robbie is very much hired, or was initially hired, for her looks, but I don't necessarily think it's the looks that they were going for when it was that they cast her as Harley Quinn necessarily. Because have you seen her as Harley Quinn? She doesn't like retain the same skin color really so much. The hair color, I mean, she looks like Margot Robbie, but she looks like a very made up, very different version of Margot Robbie, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Lion Patriot. Excuse me, for the $10. Polly, do you own a denim jacket? I ordered one a few days ago. I haven't worn one since 1992. Huh. I don't. I was thinking about that. I don't think I've ever owned a denim jacket. What about you, Weebs?
It's in the closet.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you own a biker jacket? Like
I
a
do.
motorcycle jacket?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not surprised at any of this. Like you seem like you own
two, actually.
you strike me like my ex-girlfriend. Like she just had like an array of the things and could go genre specific with just choosing different clothes. No, I don't. I've never owned a denim jacket.
I have a fur coat in there.
I guess you have a fur coat?
It was $6 at a thrift store.
Well, what? I wonder what kind of denim jacket it was. Like, as long as it's not a Milwaukee Jeffrey Dahmer looking denim jacket, you could rock it.
Jackets are very important, Polly. I think they make a statement about who it is that you are as a person.
I think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
My smoking jacket certainly makes a statement. That's why I only bring it out on special occasions.
Yeah.
That's what I need an array of. Not just like
smoking jackets?
The house coats in general, of which the smoking jacket would be one. I remember watching the second Disney film I had ever seen in my entire life, The Great Mouse Detective.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah. I was watching on YouTube. Somebody had posted the whole fucking thing on YouTube. So I'm watching. Somebody told me about it because I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan. And they're like, it's a story of a mouse that lives in Sherlock Holmes' house, and he himself is a detective, and it kind of runs parallel to Sherlock, but you never see him. You only see him in shadow, and it's more about the mouse that's just like him named Basil that lives in his house. I'm like, that's hilarious. That struck me as really funny and clever. So I was like,
yeah,
okay.
That's the kind of original content that we need nowadays. But no, everyone's on about the remakes.
So he does that when he gets home. Basil, he takes off his deer stalker outfit with the deer stalker hat and everything, and puts on a house coat. And I'm like, I need that. See, it's not exactly a smoking jacket. It's just something you wear to sit in front of the fire with. It's kind of got a paisley design on it, nice quilted. Yeah.
Ooh.
But those
inside jacket
cost money. Yes, it's an inside jacket. I mean, very Victorian, right? It's when the entire house is full of drafts and it's always cold and you need to sit in front of the fire to be warm. So of course you've got slippers and a sleeping cap and a house coat and those curtains you draw around the bed to keep the heat in the area of the bed.
Because your house is so big that you can't heat the whole thing.
Yeah, you're constantly freezing, so it's you have all these means.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Golden Age Radio, for the $1. Eye candy has been the lifeblood of Hollywood since day one. Hollywood needs young, dumb, shallow babes to feed into the silver screen meat grinder in order to get butts in the seats. Damn.
Thank you, Lion Patriot, for the donation. I'm thinking of ordering a pair of cowboy boots. I definitely second that decision Cowboy boots are a good investment because they last forever and they make a statement. Boots and jackets. Those are my two mains. I have those aplenty. It's actually become slightly a problem because they take up entirely too much room space on in the closet or in the the second closet or in the because you have the coat closet in like the general area and then your own personal closet, and I split my coats and jackets and stuff between the two, and then there's the shoe rack, and also that takes up my shoes take up way too much space. I have too many shoes. It's a problem. I need to stop. And here's the funny thing. Not all of that stuff I got brand new. Some of that stuff, most of that is hand-me-downs, especially the shoes, hand-me-downs from other people who have given me their shoes. And I still wear them because why throw out a good pair of shoes? Actually, most of my clothes, this shirt is a hand-me-down. These pants are a hand-me-down too.
Technically speaking, all vintage clothes are hand-me-downs. Something doesn't necessarily need to be brand new to be still crisp and very wearable. Bald Potato, thank you very much for the $1. The Great Mouse Detective is the best Disney movie ever made. I really got a kick out of it. I had a lot of fun, but it's only the second Disney film I've ever seen in my life. So, the other one being Robin Hood, which I saw a bunch as a kid and loved it. I love Robin Hood as a fox. It really works.
It does.
Yeah.
No, okay. So you said something about Margot Robbie not being a good actress, and I have to disagree.
Competent enough. Competent enough. I mean,
she's decent as Harley Quinn. Like, she does a convincing performance as Harley Quinn. The accent comes and goes a little bit, but she is good as that character, especially in Birds of Prey. She kind of brought it. She was the most entertaining thing about that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
About Suicide Squad?
No, Birds of Prey.
Oh, Birds of Prey. Okay, sorry,
yeah.
I just leaned over and really quick. Golden Age Radio says it just confirmed that someone on Discord spends a great deal of time thinking about your otter meat.
Oh no!
you should feel blessed. Too many times people have talked about eating otters. Okay, no, they're not herbivores. They're meativores. All meativores taste terrible. You shouldn't want to eat otters. It's a disgusting idea. And yeah, I get that's not what he was talking about.
Well, that was a conversation that was taking place in my Discord, and someone brought it up completely randomly. By the way, a link to my Discord is in the description down below, along with Polly's pay links and my pay links and all of the other links that you could possibly want. Check that out. Help Polly out. We need to get him a better potato than the one that he's got right now. And I am talking about his computer. He doesn't actually have a potato on him, I don't think, Polly.
No.
Okay. Yeah, we're talking about the computer.
I don't know what to think about that. There's someone who spends a lot of time thinking about my otter meat. Well,
yeah, apparently.
Well, I can't blame them. I am a rather fascinating individual.
It was completely random. Like, there was no preamble to that conversation. It was just, bam.
About me being sexy or otters being
No. It had nothing to do with you and sexy per se. It was just size related. That was it.
Oh. Yeah, you know what?
Fuck, Polly. Have I stumped you?
No, I was just I'm like, is this a topic we want to get into?
Not really.
Schlong size? I
don't want to get into it. But mine's bigger.
No, it's not. It's really not. Okay.
It really is.
I mean, I've never seen yours, but it's not.
The audience can attest.
Shio, thank you for the $1. I said Rush Limbaugh probably hates his lungs now that they're black. # Polly judges jokes.
Wait, what's going on? What?
I saw that in chat. Shio, you You bastard. Let's talk about things that we see in chat for a second when you're on a stream.
Should we? I don't know, man.
No,
I saw a guy who was just going full Jesus freak in the chat, like way earlier on there.
No, it's just like there has been there. Okay, so I'm sitting here having a conversation. Like, try and picture this like first person perspective. All right.
Okay.
I'm having a conversation with Weebo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to look for a given picture that's topical that I want to bring up and share.
Uh-huh.
Well,
it's not a picture of your dog, just right. Like that's not what we're sharing.
No, it's not a picture of my dog. God damn, get off the dicks. I thought you said we weren't going to be
you
talking
said
about
a topical picture, and that was literally what we just got done talking about, Polly.
No, we got done talking about how we weren't going to talk about that, and you seem fixated on it. You got dick on the brain. Let's move on.
I'm not fixated on it. You are.
I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
Carry on.
What was that? Oh, right. So I got two screens here, right? On one screen is this, and on the other screen, I got to split between three things. There's Streamlabs, Weebo, and chat. Okay. I do look over constantly because chat's moving, so it draws your eyes over to it, and you read it in the sense that you like look at stuff. You see stuff as a stream participant all the time that you like. Oh, I want to type something to that. Oh, I want to comment to that. Or that was funny, or whatever. But you're trying to keep a conversation with somebody going at the same time you're doing something else. Chat, trust me, if you say something and it doesn't get a response, and you're not just trying to get attention, like fuck you, man, fuck you. Why are you responding to me saying fuck you? And it's like, well, that's probably why. But if you got a question, ask it again. Like, don't think you're harassing somebody. There's a lot of times that someone will ask a question a second time, and I'll be like, oh, right. Damn it. Okay, I'll answer. I wanted to respond. Yeah, because shit slips. Like, Weebs, back me up on this. Shit that you want to respond to or whatever the fuck slips by your attention all the time because you're trying to keep a conversation going. You're trying to do other things, and you're trying to jerk it without anyone hearing. It's hard.
Oh my God. Polly, tell me again how I'm the one fixated. All right. Side tangent. Thank you for the donation, Evolved Potato. River otters are omnivorous and taste great in a stew. I wouldn't know. I've never had otter.
No, otters live in the river and they eat some vegetation, but mostly meat. They're going to taste awful. I just don't do it. I mean, no. If bunnies are too cute to eat for people, then otters should be more so.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So Balak and I have been discussing. Ooh, I made just like the worst noise. Ugh, I'm sorry. I apologize profusely, audience. But Balak and I have been discussing for some time now about which exotic meat we should order off the internet to eat for an evening for whatever reason. And we haven't quite decided on anything yet. I'm a little bit fixated on rattlesnake kebabs, but I'd like some input from people. And Polly, feel free to give yours.
I can give you a general piece of advice. If you're ordering it ground, don't bother.
Obviously.
But hey, like there's exotic meat burger joints all over the place. There's a couple around me, and I've had ostrich, I've had alligator, and once you've ground it, it just don't bother. I mean, maybe it isn't even the meat they said it is at that point. If you can't enjoy the look and the texture of it, don't go there. But honestly, if you've never had like rattlesnake or anything reptilian, alligator, crocodile, go with that. That would be.
No, I've had like alligator before, and so I wanted to try something truly weird.
A couple of condor omelets go down nice.
Condor omelets?
Mm. Yes. The rarer, the better.
Ooh.
Don't eat condor omelets. That would be a crime, actually.
Oh.
They're protected.
I need legitimate advice, Polly.
Yeah, so and you've had eel, right?
No.
Yeah, eel is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Escargot isn't that exotic, irate prostate. I've had it before. I've actually had it quite often. It's not a commentary on how fancy pants Weebo is. It's just true.
Your fancy pants what?
That's not a commentary on how fancy pants I am. It's just true.
No, you're fancy pants.
Am I? because
Yeah, I
I've
think so.
eaten escargot before. I literally was just in Paris, the capital of escargot. Right?
Yeah, and how'd that go for you?
Super fucking expensive.
I could see that.
To be quite fair. And yes, I will be doing the Paris stream within the next coming few days. I have it planned out. But, like, to be fair, and I think I've said this before also to you, Polly, but I can't 100% remember. I enjoyed Greece a lot more than I enjoyed Paris. Like, all of Greece compared to just Paris. And I don't know if it's because the atmosphere or if it's because I just have a thing for more ancient archaeological discoveries, or if it's just because the Greek people were somehow nicer than the Parisians. Maybe a combination of all of these things. But the Greek trip was a lot more fun. And it was a lot more enjoyable, for me at least. 10 out of 10 would go again. And it was very relaxing too. And I got sick on that trip and I missed Delphi. So I have every reason to go back.
Fair enough.
So I'm going back.
Is it Delphi or Delphi?
Depends on how anal you want to get about pronunciations. I'm pretty sure it's Delphi, but everyone just in the western part of the world calls it Delphi.
All right, fair enough. I mean, excuse me. You know why I thought it was Delphi? Because it rendered as PHI and the Greek letter phi. So I just went with phi.
Well, that's not how you would spell it, I don't think.
Oh well, I'm just telling you how I got to where I got to.
It's fine. It's fair. My ancient Greek is a little bit rusty, to be fair. So.
Ooh, nudity.
What?
Why is that picture in here?
Polly.
What?
Polly.
What?
Polly.
It's not my fault.
Are you distracted again?
Well, yes.
All right. Well, while you're distracted, I'm going to read this, not super chat, Streamlabs. Thank you from Shio, who sent this in to say, my laptop video card died. First Kobe, now this. Both for the same reason, too. The inability to render terrain. Fuck you, Paul. Fuck you, boy. Fuck you, man, winky face. Is that why the helicopter crashed?
What?
Like, wait, what does that mean?
Crash?
Okay, do you remember Kobe dying? That was a thing.
Kobe Bryant's dead?
Yes, Polly.
I know. Go on.
Right. He died in a helicopter crash.
I heard.
So, was that because the helicopter couldn't render terrain because it needs that in order to land, or what's up? Is it like a malfunction of the autopilot?
I heard it was the detail that I heard was because of the fog, and it. Yeah.
Okay. See, I didn't know that, so that was just completely lost on me. I'm sorry for deconstructing your joke, Shio, but that's the only thing that I'm good at, apparently. It's okay. I'll do better in the future, I promise. The helicopter suddenly self-identified as a car, says Pinkalo. I don't think that's what happened. Shio, that's not because I'm a woman. It's just because I'm super tired and haven't been able to concentrate very well in the last week due to head congestion.
All right. So let's talk about a unrelated topic. So I saw a tweet that was sent out today.
Yeah.
And right away I thought, oh man, fuck her. And it was you I was talking about.
Hey!
Here, let's look at something, shall we?
What did I do?
Well, I'll find out momentarily. There we go.
Am I worried? Yes, I posted this picture to my Twitter, and I said I was stealing the look.
Yeah, let's talk about the 1940s and the look. And you know what my first thought was? I'm like, this is the exact picture that I showed Weebo Jones in our hottest MCU video.
Yeah,
she makes no reference, doesn't advertise for the guy who's got 10 times less her subs, and it's
Polly,
fine.
You're on my channel. Wait,
I introduce her to this picture she had never seen before. It's fine. It's fine.
Question: is this the only reason you brought this up?
No,
you wanted to show this video in particular?
No, not actually. I just want to talk about 1940s fashion and Peggy
Of
Carter
course.
in general.
I'm down. Let's do this.
Okay, so and Haley Atwell more specifically, because she rocks this role with respect. So this is the picture that she sent out, and actually I've got that's the folder that I was looking for, is the Peggy Carter pictures that I used for that video.
I thought you didn't go on Twitter, so you wouldn't have a bone to pick with me about the fact that I posted this specific picture. By the way, it was boyfriend and I that were talking about this specific topic, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him I was going to steal the look, and then I posted that to Twitter.
No, it's fine. I'm just busting your balls. I don't.
Of course.
Okay.
So you admit I do have a bigger schlong.
Yeah, that was exactly where I was going. I was hoping you weren't going to call me out so directly, but fine. That's
all right. Continue.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I'm all in the 1940s aesthetic. See, you could come by Noir Bar, but she doesn't ever once. Noir Bar is located in 1942, if you didn't know.
You know, you've asked me all of exactly one time the night that you were doing it. You've said, come on, Noir Bar, come on, Noir Bar. Do I just, like, message you on a random night and be like, Polly, get on stream. We're going live now.
Chat, how many times have I asked Weebs to come on Noir Bar? Like,
no. Directly, as in, like, the night that it's happening, like, and a formal invitation, like, hey, Weebo, would you like to come on Noir Bar tonight? Not, like, a general, Weebo, come on Noir Bar. Come on Noir Bar. Like, how, like...
Well, I mean, it's like I tell people, like, Alex and Jack and Inquisitor and yourself, you guys always have a reserved stool at the bar. And the point in Noir Bar is that it's a late night chill stream, right? So the idea is anybody can come by anytime they want. My only real concern is that it would have to be planned, because I'm a night owl and you're usually off to the land of Nod by that time. So
yeah, that's probably why. Which is why you need to pre-invite me. Like, formally invite me on this date, time, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it would have to be like a Friday or Saturday evening.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't be this weekend, because it's Valentine's Day weekend, probably.
I was about to say, because this weekend's over?
No, I meant, okay, next weekend.
All right, so back to Haley Atwell here, looking awesome as hell.
Mm-hmm.
We have all the pictures. I mean, look at her here. Look at the hairstyle. Look at everything. Oh yeah.
Do you know how hard that is for me to accomplish, though? Like,
I don't even know what's involved in that hair. Is it a lot of work?
Yeah, it is. That's a lot of hairspray, and it doesn't help that I have a million flyaways. Like, to be able to do this hairstyle, I'd have to not break any of the hairs around, like, the face area ever in my entire life. And that's a struggle, because it happens a lot more often, and by accident, quite often. It's just, it's a pain in the ass. Being a woman is so hard, Polly. It's so hard.
So there's this one, and then she's kind of got the same hair here, but looking awesome with her 1940s blouse and so forth. Here's her in a much more modern look. Mm-hmm. Oh, hello, Miss Atwell. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what kind of tattoo is that? Zoom in. Zoom in.
Well, we can zoom in. It's just going to get progressively more blurry.
Yeah. Mr. Dax says that that's you in drag, Polly.
It's a fleur-de-lis, I think.
Is a hootie what?
A fleur-de-lis?
I don't know what that means.
You just came from the land of frogs and you don't know. Fleu.
I actively avoided the French for as long as I was in France.
Well,
I'm just
that's
kidding.
A good idea. Let's see. Oh my God.
She doesn't even look like the same person in this picture compared to the other one.
Yeah, you just have to focus on the eyes and the cheekbones and stuff. Yeah. And yeah, it did take me a while to realize that there was in fact a face in this picture, because I mean, good God, Miss Atwell. Hello. Hi.
Are we having a recap of the video?
Well,
I feel like we are a little bit.
Just saying. I mean, look at that. She's all about the yeah. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the period picture that I was really getting.
I'm a big fan of that outfit too. Big fan.
Yeah, a bunch of people say it doesn't look like a fleur-de-lis to me, and Pete said that, and other people said it's not the floor. Pink hollow. You got me. That was just my best guess.
Polly makes a hot woman, apparently, according to Maniac.
Yeah. This is
you in drag?
No.
No?
I mean, you've seen me, Weebo. Does this look like me?
No. It does not look like you.
Have you seen the yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say something really mean, but I'm not gonna say.
Sir.
I'm a good weebo.
Do those leggings match? Like they're kind of like, are those mustard yellow? They look like they're the same color as the paint on the car.
No. I'm sorry, are you getting a mustard yellow vibe out of that? That's not yellow at all.
Green?
That's like gray.
That's not gray. It's like green.
Oh, that's a gray, honey.
That might just be the lighting then.
It's probably the lighting, but those look more gray than anything.
See, that's what bugs me about Agent Carter, the TV series. That could have gone for seasons and seasons. Like it was just, everybody knew after watching Haley Atwell play Peggy Carter in Captain America, the First Avenger. She was like a breakaway character. She was a really interesting character. Nobody wanted to see the adventures of Bucky after watching.
Well, to be fair, Bucky did fall out of a moving train into the icy tundras, never to be seen again. So
he did. But
so, his character arc, presumably for the whole audience, didn't go very far after that. At least that's what we thought at the time. All right.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even when he comes back as a Winter Soldier, there was people like, "Oh shit, it's Bucky." There was no one going, "Oh fuck yeah, Bucky's back!" Like, you know,
like, "Oh shit, hey look, guys, it's Bucky, and he's got a false arm. What's up with that, yo?" But you know,
everyone was excited when there was like the Marvel one-off for the 15-minute mini novella film that they made for Agent Carter with her getting into intelligence escapades after the war. It was fucking super cool. It was so well done.
Espionage is fucking sexy.
Yes, it is. And she's sexy and the period rocks. And they even brought back, what's his name, who was really fun, as Howard Carter. I forget the actor's name, as a young Howard Carter for the TV series as well. They should have kept it going and thrown more money at it instead of just throwing dump trucks and dump trucks of money at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think we talked about this, but I can't recall. What were your thoughts on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Polly?
Big meh. I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was like, this is not holding my interest, in the sense that like 2 weeks went by since I watched the last one, like kind of like binge watch. And it wasn't such that I was thinking, oh, I can't wait to watch the next episode. I had kind of forgotten that I was even watching it. It didn't grab me.
Ooh, yeah, no, that's not a fun time. Pepe rip. I was told to check Streamlabs, and let me refresh the page. Thank you, Golden Age Radio, for donating and saying, Atwell is just a tall weebo. Boy, howdy. Oh, thank you. And then you commented on my height. Just kidding.
Polly's worried about the color of stockings. Lamau, you're so 1930s. Yeah, I know. It just
scandalous.
Yeah, by the 1940s, ladies, well, whatever color of stockings they damn well pleased.
Yes,
and I read
they're strong, independent stocking ladies. We don't need no stockings to be.
I rate prostate ass. What was the downfall of Agent Carter? The downfall?
Yeah, why was it canceled?
Oh, you mean like the television series?
Yeah.
It just, the second season was not nearly as interesting as the first. They ran it in weird directions. They cut the funding to it in a big way. So they were hobbling together scripts. And it's like, so you wanted it to die, where you cut the funding to a show severely and you're having to piece together scripts from other storylines and recycle scripts from other series. It's, yeah, guess what? It's going to go to hell because people are like, this is dumb. This is boring. All right. You know why I like Haley Atwell? I kind of like her and don't like her at the same time. Like, I think she's just hot as hell. And the brunette English woman, like, I mean, Weebs, you saw the MCU ladies video.
I have a preference for a very specific type.
Well, I'm cool with that specific type. It doesn't have to be that and only that. I'm just saying, like Rebecca Hall. Oh shit! But and Haley Atwell especially. I mean, my God, have you ever seen the only time she's ever done naked stuff, nudity? No. She did a TikTok or a Snapchat, and she's laying in bed and she's singing along with the song. You know what I mean? And at one point, she throws her arm in this big flourish motion while she's singing, and the sheet falls off, and her big, gorgeous, nay, heavenly titties fall out of the sheet. And I don't think she noticed, and she posted it.
You would know about this specific TikTok. I've never even touched TikTok. Polly.
What? People know what I think of Haley Atwell, and they were like, "Did you see this, Polly?" Like, I don't watch TikTok videos. Somebody just said shit.
Sorting with the enemy.
Well, I was like, poor Miss Atwell. She goes through all this trouble that she has a no nudity clause in her contract. She's just not interested in doing. She ain't no Margot Robbie is the point. Like, oh look, titties, give me money. Like, she's just not down like that because she's a lady, and then ends up doing it accidentally in a TikTok video. Oh, damn, Haley.
Never know.
What's that?
You never know.
Yeah, it was. She damn well knew and stuff. But let me tell you something, Weebs. This is like that's how you want it to happen. Because like I saw what was going on there, and it's kind of like because you go with this lady and she's dressed like this, and you're like, oh, she's so interesting, and then you get to know her, and it's like, oh wow, and she's got this great accent, and she's so smart, and she's very very pretty, and then you get her home, and when it eventually comes to that, and you get the bra open, it's like, oh my God, it's Christmas. It's just.
I know exactly what we're going to name this episode: a cocktail hour.
What?
Polly fangirls over Peggy Carter. Thank you to Shia who donated to the Streamlabs to say it's absolutely disgraceful that there's not many black people appearing at the Oscars. They can't all be appearing in court. Hashtag
whoa.
Let's small dicks. Moving on.
Damn.
All right. Polly, carry the show. I need to go get myself another beer.
All right, I will.
More drinking.
Is that a thing that's going on, chat? Are they doing hashtag Oscars so white again? There weren't enough nominated POCs, etc. And Daniel Fulman brings up a good point. Why hasn't Weebs been doing the second camera for the donations? I'm gonna have to ask her about that when she gets back. Yeah, Shio came with it. Large clit, small dicks. Thank you, Golden Age Radio, for the $1. When Atwell takes it off, you realize it's Weebo in stilts. You know what? I have never understood the thing where women who are short get into this. Like, I'm short and I've got a thing about it, and then it's who wants a like. I've never heard guys pining after a 6'5" woman. I don't understand this.
I'm having such a struggle. What did I miss?
What's going on over there?
My headphones are all tangly. This I will not abide. All right, one more second.
Assassin of the Graces. No wonder I cannot get into our bar. I'm in the war. Well, if you're overseas, over there, as it were, yeah, it's going to be kind of tough to come to the bar. Somebody asked me what city Noir Bar is in, and I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, you should choose a city. Or, all right, hear me out. What if you came up with the city name by yourself? Like, it's completely original.
What?
It doesn't exist in real life.
Well, it kind of gets out of the idea of me being a time-traveling otter bartender.
It doesn't necessarily. I mean, it could be somewhere that exists in the future.
Yeah. Golden Age Radio hit me up with a donation and asked when Atwill, or says when Atwill takes it all off, you realize it's Weebo and stilts.
Hey now.
Because of the big perfect titties. I think that's what he was getting. Yeah.
It's fair.
It's fair. And Dan Fulman raised a good question while you were gone. Why aren't you doing the second camera for donations?
Okay, so I have my laptop down here instead of over there where the other camera is tonight. So, I mean, I could, but it would look really weird because all I'd do would be, right? So I'd switch. And I'd still be looking down here, you know? So it wouldn't be the same as like looking over here and doing this.
Everybody.
I'm sorry, is it missed that much? Because I don't have to do that ever again. I don't have to do this ever again. I was just trying to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I thought it was a nice flourish that you do this secondary, that you even have a secondary camera, and you're not. Remember when Steve Shives had the second camera and he was doing the video thing? He'd be talking and then he would turn around and put his arm over the chair and talk to the camera behind him. It was so cringy. Jesus Christ.
Okay. I gotta make a confession. I've never actually seen a Steve Shives video.
Really?
I am of the group of people that came in after Gamergate, after Atheism Plus, but before the fall of political YouTube, the political commentary YouTube. So I'm right in that sweet spot, right before everything crashed and burned.
Gotcha.
But I wasn't big enough to be like a big deal when I started, which is unfortunate.
Whereas now, you're kind of a big deal.
No, I'm not a big deal. I'm really not. I dip below. This makes me so sad, but I dipped below 9.8K subscribers. Now I'm only at like 9.7K.
I think I'm at 1,100. Quit your bitching. Let's see.
But at least you're growing. I'm going the opposite direction I want to be.
I don't know about this whole. Well, okay, we can get back to that in a second. Evolved Potato, thank you very much for the $1. The good thing about taller girls is that the boobs are at head height. You know what? I have never been with a woman that's that dramatically taller than me. That's a pretty tall bitch. I mean, damn, I'm 6'2", so have I ever been with a woman who's the same height as me? I don't think so. Definitely kissed girls that are like 6 foot or a little bit taller. I've always been at least a little bit taller.
There was one guy that I dated who was exactly the same height as me, but this was back in 6th grade, so it didn't matter then.
Right.
Because I hadn't quite hit my growth spurt. He also definitely hadn't hit his growth spurt. Also, it's 6th grade. Nothing fucking counts back then. It's not like we actually went on a date. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever been the same height as someone I was with. Everyone else is always taller than me.
I would here location. Yeah, Steve's lips like a prolapsed anus Shives.
Oh my God.
You know, yeah, I mean, because it's weird. He always does have greasy, wet lips. It's strange. He must
licks his lips.
I think he does. Just there's people who do that. They put on chapstick or whatever before they start recording something. Because if you have a good mic, and it's the kind of mic where you have to be close to it to get a proper voice rendering, you'll hear if your lips are dry. Maybe that's what that was my guess. It's because, dude, your lips are visibly greasy every time you record.
I prefer to have my lips be a little glossy whenever it is that I'm doing anything, just because I like.
Well, you're a woman. It's different.
It is like different.
It's way different. Like, I mean, that's a good thing. It's like, yeah, go with that. That's absolutely going to work for you. But
I would have been.
I'll tell you something though. I have seen a few Steve Shives videos because I wanted to know. This was like around Atheism Plus and stuff, like, you know, it's like 2.5 years ago. And I want to know the kind of atheism that this jackass was pushing. And I found out, and it was what I had guessed. It was just like, so you got nothing. You got nothing. You really, and you like, meaning there's no like real substance underlying what you're talking about. If you're not just irreligious, which is fine. You don't want to be religious. It just doesn't occur to you. It doesn't have any particular draw for you. Cool. You know, I'm not even going to say do you. It's don't do that if you don't want to. Go do other things. That's fine. Where's the beef? I don't have one. This guy is an anti-theist where it's like, I want to get together with other people who are as bitter as myself and talk about how awesome we are for not believing. Why? What do you get out of that? How are you helping anything? You're filling your life because you feel this fucking empty hole. I remember watching a video where he was talking about, I went to an atheist convention. I was like, why? And he goes, and it was just so great because I remember sitting there thinking, wow, I'm surrounded by a bunch of other people who think what I think. And it's like, you almost said believe. I saw you cut yourself off. They have turned belief and believe into a 4-letter curse word. You're weird guys.
It's funny.
Like, stop being so angry at this thing that you claim that's out of your life.
It's actually funny that you bring up the atheism plus in the same conversation we're talking about, like, oh, I came into the scene after Gamergate and all that jazz. Because I came into the scene because I started watching videos akin to political YouTube. But I only started watching those videos because I was led there from atheism videos too. Because I went through that atheism kick where I was watching YouTube videos on it. And it was first introduced to me, I was first introduced into the YouTube sphere of that by Dark Matter 2525.
Sure, yep.
And then from there it was, you're going to get mad at me, Armored Skeptic.
Right.
And, what's his name? He wears the black face mask and then the sunglasses and the tie and the hat. It's Logic.
Logic, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then from there, it was Sargon and the rest of everyone else. That was kind of my rabbit hole journey here. I also was into Jack and Glenn back in the day. And then I stopped watching those guys and I started watching political stuff, political social commentary, and I just completely skipped over Gamergate stuff. I heard it mentioned, didn't quite know exactly what it was, but I skipped right over it. So while Gamergate was happening, I was becoming black-pilled on the Jesus question. And then I eventually moved on from like super anti-theist to just, I don't give a fuck anymore. And that's where I am today.
I think like when I was watching like Sargon videos, like sort of like back in the day, it was, they all, like as part of the skeptosphere, talked a lot more about atheism, all of them. And then the path that Sargon's kind of taken on it is the path that's like, it seems natural and normal, and why not go the direction he's gone on it would be my question to most people. He's like, I've kind of looked into it and I've decided like where I come out on it, and I don't really see what more there is to talk about it. There's nothing worth to keep on haranguing about it. Now, when he's on his MEP campaign tour, like talking with all the people, remember those, I don't know if you saw any of those videos, he was going from location to location, town to town, city to city, and recording videos where doing basically change my mind style with Crowder, meaning he would set up a desk and saying, I'm running for MEP, come ask me anything you want. And he had a number of religious people from young to old come up and say, I understand that you're an atheist. And he says, yes. And he says, well, what do you think of Christianity? And it seemed like the most balanced, reasonable perspective that an atheist possibly could have. It was, it's not my personal belief, but it's a strong part of the culture. It's gone back for a long time. Judeo-Christian ethics kind of are the base underpinning of society, and I get that, and I respect your beliefs, and I'm not looking to take anything away from it. I think a secular government runs things best, and then most of the people went, right, so do I. Because as opposed to having one religion, state religion, whatever, you know what I mean? Is just practice your own thing and the government stops other people from interfering with that. And he's like, and that's kind of where I come out on it. And I'm like, I don't understand how anyone could have an opposition to someone saying that. Even if you are a super strong believer, it's like, oh, okay, well, that's moving on then. What's to talk about? Yeah, what is to talk about?
Really interesting, right? That we have such a problem with Judeo-Christian values influencing the culture today in the way that it has, and that being something that people find to be an abhorrent position to take, I guess, when we've had a plethora of dead religions influence other dead religions, or even just culture today. I mean, the Greek pantheon has certainly had its hand in influencing storytelling. I guess also the Roman pantheon, but technically, I guess you could say that the Greek pantheon influenced the Roman. You get my drift. But like the idea of getting peeved about an idea, whether or not you believe in it, influencing the culture and the way that it's molded, that strikes me a little bit as, I don't know, crying over spilled milk. Like, there's not much else that you can do to adjust that at all in any capacity. It is what it is. So why not make the most of it? If that makes any sense. I'm being overtly vague, unfortunately, but like, am I making sense?
I think so. I
think so.
Where I lose, I can tell you where I lose patience with people expressing these kinds of ideas, where none of our values are, meaning in the West, are Judeo-Christian values. They're actually Enlightenment values, and that is literally an empty talking point. It's meaningless and wouldn't stand the slightest push of scrutiny. They're attempting to. It's part of the the new atheism. I don't know if you've ever heard of this thing. And you get the Four Horsemen, and you get your publication of the God Delusion by I'd have to get up and walk and go get the book. I have a copy of it. Richard Dawkins. And people look at it that way, and it actually gets referred to as the atheist Bible. And this is all part of the new atheism, the resurgence of atheism. And it's like, and how long did that last? People got really sick of that kind of bullshit really quick because it is so harsh and condemning, and it does create a new historical narrative that everybody was involved in dark shamanism, and religion was used only to control people until the advent of science, when we realized it was all lies and all false. And now I, and the few minor 1/1,000,000 of 1% of all people who have ever lived, live at the pinnacle of all of human society with no delusions whatsoever. We see the world for as it really is. Could this be a more self-complimentary, masturbatory view of history?
I mean, it could be, probably, if you really, really try, but
you would have to work at it.
You are at like the apex of just self-flagellation.
Yeah. And like, I have talked with people that kind of hold this idea, not in the smart ass way I just put it, but describe it in that general terms. And I'm like, you don't see the psychological reward in holding that position? And they're like, no, not at all. It's just seeing the world for as it really is. And I'm like, but you're in the ultra elite group of all human beings who have ever lived, that you're the first ones to really get it. I mean, you do realize that atheists have been like, atheist is nothing new. Atheism is nothing new.
Oh yeah, there are people that didn't quite, believe in a higher power for all of time. I mean,
it was one of the accusations against Socrates for which he was made to drink hemlock. It's that fucking old. They accuse him of atheism and misleading the children or the youth of Athens, and misanthropy. And for all these things combined, yeah, you're condemned. I mean, like, wow, that's old. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's always been atheists. You guys are nothing new, and that's fine. It's just combining it into, we need to fight the whole thing. It's just, I don't know. I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but I find them a very frustrating people.
I think anyone who lives by not a strict belief system, no, that wouldn't. Just someone who makes their entire identity about the belief in or disbelief of something seems to me a little bit full of it,
Shilgrath said, thank you for the $1. Allah is obviously the one true God, because the universe started with an explosion. And finally says, feel better, weebs.
Thank you. I appreciate
that. That's good, Shio. That's good. I love it.
The reason why I delved into the atheism YouTube aspect of things is because I come from a household, half of a household, because it was mostly my mom's side of the family that did this, but I come from a life where religion was very greatly impressed upon me as a young child. Not just going to church on Sundays, but also going to church on Wednesdays too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And it was to one of those mega Christian churches. You know the
Oh
ones.
wow.
Yeah, where the people stand up and they go, close their eyes and they raise their hand and they're like singing along to the pop Jesus rock that they got going on. And you're looking around and you're like, I'm so glad that no one else is watching me be a part of this. And not only that, that was my mother. Her mother was even more so to the point of Jesus freak, that she tried to convince my brother to become a priest when he was in like middle school age, because she thought that he would make a fantastic priest. And also I think she would just revel in the idea of having a priest within the family, but very Catholic. Not like generic Christian, very, very Catholic, traditional Catholic, to the point where she'd gift me with holy water sometimes when she saw me or whatnot. It was a little bit unsettling to grow up with that and then to go to my dad's house and not have that be something that was just so in my face. To have that contrast, to have it be so emphasized and then not be as emphasized. I mean, my dad and I still went to church, but it wasn't like anything as eccentric and like in your face. But that really set me off. Not set me off, but like put me off of the whole thing. And that's what started it all. And I don't know, I feel like impressing that upon kids in that way might be the way to get them to, go more towards the religion aspect, but it also might really turn them off because there's this psychological phenomenon called reactance, I think it's called, right, Polly?
Psychological reactions?
Yeah, like where someone tries to get you to do something, you want to do the exact opposite of what they want you to do.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. It's like it's just it seems like an extremely common story that everyone just kind of nods along with, like, right. When they're saying like, you don't understand, I was forced into really strong religion as a kid and I hate it now, and they're like, right. Yeah, you want to rebel, and you know what? There's one of the things I try my best to remind myself of. So what you described with religion as a kid, I never had any of that. Yeah. I never had to put up with any of that, which is, I think, where a lot of the idea of me formulating the notion of angry ex-girlfriend atheism comes from. Where it reminds me the way they talk as like an angry ex-girlfriend or angry ex-boyfriend. I just don't know any parts of that, but I'm assuming it's the same thing. Someone just can't let it go and claim they moved on, but stalks you on social media. Kind of sounds like Armored Skeptic, right? It's like, what the fuck happened to you as a kid?
Well, no, okay, I wouldn't say it's anything bad. It was just, I am that person who reacts in the opposite manner of what people want me to do. Just in general, it has nothing to do with religion specifically. I wasn't touched as a kid. I wasn't emotionally disturbed by any priest or pastor or whatever. I didn't have a bad experience. I wasn't locked into a cupboard and forced to, I don't know, pray 9 hours a day for every day. Like, nothing bad happened. It made me uncomfortable. And the fact that it was so impressed upon me just kind of set me in the opposite direction.
Well, you know what? It for me comes. I got. There's a strong amount of sympathy that comes from me when people are talking about that. Believe it or not, where they're just like, when they think religion, they think what they were exposed to, and it's like, you don't understand how intense it can be and how the guilt complexes that can come along with it. And I'm like, right, no, I don't. Fair enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just never dealt with any parts of that. But it also means I'm kind of like looking at it as an outsider and thinking, it sounds like when you're talking about religion, you're talking about a very particular part of it. I do hear people say things like, they'll be talking about Catholicism or Eastern Orthodoxy, for example, and they'll say, I don't understand why I need a priest. I can find God without a priest. And it's like, the question that always comes to mind for me is like, really, and what have you done in that regard? That sounds like a fun talking point because you don't like religion at all. Have you sought God in some other way, or spirituality in general in some other way? If you have no interest in it, fine, but that's not what you said. You know what I mean? It sounded like you want to go, do your own thing. Did you? If you didn't want to do your own thing, then don't give me this bullshit about like, well, I don't need a priest to. It doesn't sound like you need any of it at all. And if that's the case, cool, but don't bullshit me.
Yeah. It's okay. So have you ever been approached by someone who tried to convert you or ask you about your beliefs and whatever?
Oh yeah.
And then tried to like give you the teachings and give you like a little one-on-one session, I guess you could say. Like just
yes.
Right there. Yeah. Okay. How did that make you feel in that moment?
It was a little different. I mean, because it's definitely happened more than once. I
guess the first time it happened.
The conversation didn't go anywhere because it was a Jehovah's Witness. Who approached, like it was two, not one. It was two Jehovah's Witnesses that approached me, and like it wasn't like at my door; it was out in the street, right? And that might not have been the very first time, but that's just the first time I can recall right now, right? Yeah. And I was in high school, and they started talking about it, and I was like, "You're trying to talk very specific points out of the out of the Old Testament of the Christian Bible," and I'm just like, I don't know. It was awkward and it didn't go anywhere because I spent more time thinking. It's like this entire conversation is predicated on the idea that I think the Bible is important to begin with. Do you understand what I mean? Like that was just, I remember thinking that at the time. They're like, look, the Bible says this. And I'm like, yeah, and? I guess for some people that would have carried a lot of weight. It didn't with me. That the Bible says X or Y doesn't carry weight with me. And I am a theist. It just...
See, Ocean Redux is saying that it's only like Islam, the Westboro Baptist Church, and Jehovah's Witnesses that do this kind of a thing. And in my experience, that's very untrue. My church was very heavy on the get people to come join our church. But that's, I think, because my cousin actually describes the church that I used to go to as a cult. And there's actually been some very recent controversy regarding the church that I used to go to in the news in the last like 4 or 5 years. That makes me feel good about not having ever gone back there.
Well, hold on. That's an interesting point. Thank you, Golden Age Radio. Sorry, I didn't see that. This came in like 5 minutes ago. For the $1, certain people are less interested in educating people and more interested in creating atheistic cults of personality at which they are the center. They want to be gods among men, if only in young people's minds. There is no small amount of self-promotion inside of somebody who creates media in and around atheism. Yes, I agree. Protestant preachers that you see in the United States, and I'm not trying to beat up on Protestantism here. It's just go on YouTube and type in preacher Christianity and you will get X amount of channels of some guy who decided I'm going to be a minister, because that's the way that particular branch of Christianity works. You can just pick up one day and say me and, form a congregation around you. And there's a lot of value in that, but then a lot of hucksterism comes in because of that. So yeah, that happens inside of religion as much as it happens in atheism. I just don't think that they see it. As long as I'm not talking about God at the center of it, I'm talking not God. It's somehow different. Yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
First, before I want to address some stuff in the chat. Velvet Potato donated to say, why you wasn't touched as a kid? How could your parents never hug you? Oh no, they hugged me. There was nothing inappropriate that went down as a child for me. So we're good. And then Ocean Redux clarifies, to say like conversion on the street, conversion like in a grocery shop. And I'm like, so my church, it wasn't just that they would want people to come into the church and be converted. They would actively send out not just like adult people, but teenagers as well to go out and spread the word of God to people.
Full on evangelism.
Kind of, yeah.
Tell it on the mountain. Jesus Christ is born.
Very similar. I went to one of those mega churches, with several thousand people in attendance every Sunday. I'm not kidding about that. It was a lot of people all of the time. It's not just Muslims and Jehovah's Witnesses and Westboro Baptist Church goers that do this. It's like all religions that do this. If you've never come across anybody, then I mean, okay, but it does happen. People do spread the word of their religion to other people because they do feel on some level that, they've been saved or they've been helped in celebrating this religion. They want to help other people, and that's very good for them. But it's not just regulated to these two religions. And then Ocean Redux donated to say, in reality, we need to go back to 1610, retake Jerusalem, Deus Vult. Yeah. It's not a traditional Catholic church. My grandmother was the traditional Catholic. My mother was the mega church goer.
Oh, Christopher Strasser brought up the Unitarians. Oh my God. You want to see some of the weird rabbit holes that Christianity in America can go to? Check out the Unitarians, man. Jesus was not divine, yet we're still Christian. Oh man, it goes weird places.
I've never actually been visited by a Jehovah's Witness.
Neither have I. I've never had Jehovah's Witnesses knock on my door. Mormons, yes. Jehovah's Witnesses, nope.
Like, we have down the street in my college, we have people from some Christian faith church. I don't know which one specifically, but they stand outside in all seasons in their coats, and they have like one of those Bible boxes things where they have pamphlets and whatnot, and they give them out and hand them out. They just stand there for like the entire day, and they hand these pamphlets out to any passerbyers who want to stop and talk with them, trying to recruit. But I have never gotten visited by Jehovah's Witness, and I live right down the street from them at my dad's house when I go home. So they don't do a good job recruiting, apparently.
Well, you know what? Per capita, the fastest growing religion in the world is Mormonism, per capita. And it's because they're so evangelical, like in terms of spreading the word, right? With that said, of all of their new recruits, I think the stats are 2/3 of them fall away within the first 2 years of new converts, right? But that means the alternate side of that statistic is 1/3 stay. And because of the amount of recruits they have, and because they have their mission, where the majority of people at, I think it's 19 is the age for 2 years, consecrate 2 years of their life to going and spreading the word. And that's a full 2 years that you're doing. When you have that many people doing it, like, there's how they grow with the speed that they do. I don't know, man. I take that we live in a society thing pretty far. It spreads into this. Like, it's walking down the street and somebody's saying, "Hey, have you heard the good word?" And it's like, "Yeah, he is risen. I heard." Like, it doesn't bother me that deeply. I don't understand why people get so, "Keep your bullshit to yourself." Like, it's like, I've been handed cards of like pamphlets. Do you know why you want to vote for Bernie? And it's like, I understand why you're confused. I'm not going to scream back in their face, "He's a fucking commie." Like, it just, I'll tell people that he is a commie. I don't understand the point in screaming at the converted, though.
See, I'm not offended when people try to talk to me about politics or religion in public. It's actually a little bit more offensive when they try to do it in private. And what I mean by that is, sometimes I'll get text messages from Bernie Sanders recruiters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, "Are you voting for Bernie? Are you in for Bernie?" All that jazz.
Right.
And that's what I find a little bit intrusive, because it's to my personal phone number.
Huh.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit more offended by that than I probably would be. No, I'm greatly more offended by that than I would be just by someone coming up to me on the street and be like, "Have you heard the good news?"
Did I ever tell you about the time that I was approached by those?
Exactly. How do they even get your number? Or like, yeah, no, it would be more offensive if they came up to my doorstep and tried to recruit me, because I'm like, I am in my household. Please leave me alone. In public, it's not a big deal. But my private residence, my private phone number, no thank you. Don't bother me, please. Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
Nothing. And I got into reading. See, with the chat, just like it's moving pretty fast, and I'm trying to read this and get the conversation ends. I'm trying to look up a picture right now. Fuck. Yeah, where were we going? We're complaining about people approaching the street. Oh, did I ever tell you the story about the time the guy approached me when I was working on the fuse box in my car with the evangelical message?
Yes. No, maybe. I don't know. Repeat that. Sorry, I'm writing. Continue. Sorry.
Yes, no, I don't know. Maybe what? Say it over again.
Repeat thyself.
Okay, so I'm working in the fuse box in my car, and I'm down underneath the steering wheel where the fuse box is. Mm-hmm. And I hear somebody approach me, and I'm kind of focused on what I'm doing and not really paying attention, kind of like you were just now. And
zing. Me.
And you know how you respond to people with this saying, like, "Hey, what's up? What's a good word? How's it going?" That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm under the car, and he walks up. He says, "Hello," and I said, I wasn't really paying attention. I said, "Hey, what's a good word?" And he says, "Funny you ask.
Oh, no.
Have you heard the good word?" And I stopped what I was doing. I had to laugh because I'm like, did I just ask him the question he was about to ask me without realizing it? I was like, yeah, he's risen. I did hear that. It's
Is that really what they like open with?
Certain evangelicals, yeah. You know why though? Like, I don't think a lot of people get why.
No, I don't get why.
Because gospel literally means good news. Like, that's what it is. I mean, it's like the gospel of Mark, the gospel of Luke, the gospel of, Matthew and John, right? It's the good news according to Mark. And it's like what's the good news? He is risen, that he rose from the dead, thus defeated death. He was crucified on purpose. He died for our sins. That's the good news. That's the essential entire message that's John 3:16, right? God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. That's the message. That's why they open with that. I'm here I bring the gospel with me. I bring the good news with me. So they start by asking you, have you heard the good news?
Hang on. Assassins of the Gray. You time people out in chat that don't need to be timed out. Cut it out. Thank you. And I noticed that earlier a little bit too. Guys, unless it's spam, it's fine. All right? And if they are harassing, come up with a specific... Wow. I just undercut my entire tone. If they are harassing directly, bring it to me after, and I will decide if it's actually like harassment. Other than that, it's fine. All right. Sorry, Polly. I don't like being the bad guy.
Weebo's a closet authoritarian, guys. You hear that?
I am. No, because I've always ran my chats as if like anything's fine. Sans spam. Like, use best judgment. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If it becomes like just a wall of F words and N words and whatever, then yes, ban that person, time them out, because they're obviously just there to be a troll and whatnot. But like, if they are having or attempting to have a discussion, and I can only follow the chat as much as I can, but if it's an issue, bring it to me in private, because if it's a personal issue that they're bringing against you, then yeah, bring it to me in private. We'll discuss it, and I'll see about having that issue. But other than that, I don't get super offended by people mocking me or making fun of me. And generally, if you have an issue with someone else in chat, I say ignore them. I give people mod power not to necessarily abuse it or take things personal. They have to be, wow. Thanks, Polly.
It's
they have to be able to handle their own discomfort with other people being assholes to them.
Yeah, It's Deep Thoughts Weebo.
Gotta have thick skin on the internet, peoples.
What do you mean?
And I don't know why it is that. Why is it tagging people as. I'm not going to pay attention to it anymore. What were we saying, Polly? Deep thought, Weebo. Oh, that brings up a good point.
Yeah, it looks like you're expatiating. I'm on a particularly profound point right there. I dig that.
No, that brings up a good point because I noticed someone pointed out to me that you used my face in another live earlier this week.
I did.
I believe it was on A Monkey in the Morning, or it was on Lord of the Night.
It was on. Shit.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was on one of them. I even forget now, but yeah,
it was on one of them.
Huh.
And it was
when you're. I had to get a screen freeze of it because it was the week that I wasn't there, like here for cocktail hour. So I wanted to watch the stream, and you're like, "And Polly isn't here," and it was. I took a screen freeze of you in mid cry. So that's the missing Polly crying face. So I use that as my avatar.
Why though? Wait, was that like an opening, or did I come up at some point? Is that what was going on?
Was what an opening?
Was it the image that you opened with when you hopped on the stream, or was it?
No, I was just getting bored with what they were talking about. Decided to change my avatar, and I thought, hey, I'll go with this crying missing Polly Weebo face.
Did it get did people mention it?
Yeah, they did. They're like, why does Weebo look like she's? Because it's kind of a little difficult to discern because you really look like you're in great pain, and it's like, what's wrong with Weebo, and why does Polly have a Weebo face? It's
because I miss my co-host. He's such good company.
Well, if you didn't roll your eyes when you said it, it would be more believable.
I can't help that I have such an expressive face, Polly.
Can we talk about somebody who's infuriating me more than usual lately?
Who?
Let's go over here to... I'm just going to share my screen here. There should be a one-touch screen share.
I do not look constipated in my picture. That's a great picture of me.
Do you want to bring this picture up so we can see it and judge accordingly? Yes, let's do that now.
Before you do that, thank you to the next 6 minutes. Sorry you felt bad, Weeb. I know what helps me feel better, making some bank. Everyone buy this girl's merch, y'all. She needs healing and college monies to chase off the sickness and starvation. Also, help Polly. Potato.
Yes.
Much obliged.
Okay, what did... Oh, crappy. Chrome just fucking froze on me. You can still hear me, though?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
I might have to restart Chrome because it's frozen.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see you soon.
God damn it. Fuck Chrome. I'll be right back.
Bye, Polly. And yet he's still here. Keywordam says use Firefox, I guess. I've tried using Firefox, but it's just easier to use Google Chrome because I have everything synced up in such a way that it makes it easier to go between all three of my devices when I need to. And I'm I'm very, very lazy. I'm extremely lazy. All right, we'll just take this Polly down, and we'll exclusively make it the Weebo stream. Hey guys, how we doing? So, how is everybody? Oh, we have a new Polly. Is this the Polly that works?
Hello.
Hi, Polly.
Yeah, I don't know.
There are two of you. I'm going to kick the other one. Say bye.
Bye. Okay, so here, let's do it again. Share screen. There it is. Share. There.
Yeah, that's the lesson. Google makes you lazy. Oh, that's the picture that you have of me?
This is you. This is the missing Polly face.
You get just the most glorious glimpse at my double chin there. You see that?
Well, you don't have a double chin, but somehow you made it occur. Like, I'm not sure how you did
all
this.
right. I will explain this to everybody, all right? I never quite lost all of my baby fat on my face, which
I guess.
is what allows for such lovely features as my dimples, right?
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of extra like skin, and it can, if I arrange my face in such a way, and my chin in such a way, it can turn into a double chin if I just go like this.
Wow, you got a flexible neck spine.
Yes, I do.
Damn.
Yep, see, I'm gonna do a double chin. But I have to like break my neck in order to do this.
Oh, right.
Pause. Johnny, I will not hesitate to ban you as well if you become a nuisance. Just FYI. Not, yeah. I do not look constipated in that picture.
I don't think so.
I look thoughtful.
I think you look pained.
You look pained.
No, I mean pained in a good way. It's good when people are pained missing me. That's not bad. Shit. Okay, let's talk about this guy who's been pissing me off.
All right. Oh, is that who I think it is? That is. I could never mistake that freaking afro for anyone else.
Excuse me.
It doesn't even look like a decent afro, you know? Like, all right.
No, it doesn't. It's because like this guy. You know what? I'm gonna get racial. I don't want to say racist. I'm gonna get racial for a second. It's like that series that I wanted to start called A White Boy Offers Opinions to Black Women That They Didn't Ask For.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I decided it wasn't a good idea.
Really? I wonder why.
Okay, so anyway, let's just talk about Colin Kaepernick. And it's like, dude, you run way too hard with your bullshit. Way too hard. To the point where you're on some shit where people are afraid to say something. Like you've tried to create a shield or wall around yourself of people are afraid to say stuff. And that in and of itself gets people talking behind the scenes, behind your back about it. You're wearing a Kunta Kinte shirt. I don't even know where you got that.
I don't know what that means.
But okay, I'll explain that in a second. And you're wearing the red, black, and green, the flag of Pan-Africanism. Like, you motherfucker, could you double, triple, quadruple down anymore?
Can I also make one slight comment?
Sure.
Looks like the top left and bottom right corners have duct tape on them.
Yeah, they do. This was an image that was thrown up in a Short Fat Otaku video or something. I can't remember. Whoever did it, it was multiple pictures on the screen at the same time. Mm-hmm. And the effect that they used was that kind of tape to make it look like they had all been taped to the screen.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah. So Kunta Kinte is the name of the protagonist of Alex Haley's novel Roots. He's a West African tribesman that was grabbed, stolen, brought to America and enslaved and lived a life of horrible degradation and mistreatment.
Okay.
And the big part of his name, like his family name, his personal name is Kunta Kinte, right? Yeah. And it becomes, no, you're Toby. They name him Toby. And there's a famous scene from the book and also the miniseries where, played by LeVar Burton, is who played, later went on to play Geordie LaForge and do Reading Rainbow. You know, LeVar Burton, right? Mm-hmm. His introduction to acting, I think that was his introductory role, was playing Kunta Kinte as a really young man. And the slave overseer needs to break his spirit, as it were, because he's a rebellious guy. He's never doing what he's told, and he refuses to accept that his name is now Toby because Kunta Kinte is too hard to say for them. So they strap him up, and he whips him, and he keeps yelling at him, "What's your name? What's your name?" And he whips him enough to the point where he says, "My name is Toby," and it's kind of like it's extremely humiliating, mortifying, degrading scene, and that's the point of it. Alex Haley isn't, if nothing else, he's a very good writer. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. So what the fuck are you wearing that shirt for, scumbag? It's like, I'm like
solidarity, brother.
You couldn't be any more of a fraud, Colin Kaepernick. Like, listen, your biological parents are black and white. They didn't see fit to raise you. A white family adopted you. You had every fucking advantage in the world. Every advantage in the world. And now you play it up like you're the most oppressed person, and all of this is happening to me because I'm black, etc. It's all so superficial with this guy. If anything, it's an insult to black folks that have actually dealt with real racism. Because, think about it. It's all malarkey. It's all show. I'm going to take a knee during the national anthem to protest police brutality. You don't actually have to do anything. You just have to take a knee. You just have to be seen doing something. He's going to put on a Kunta Kinte shirt and wear the flag of Pan-Africanism. He doesn't have to do anything. He just has to do it for show. I'm going to take a whole bunch of money for a Nike ad where, you need to stand up for something. He doesn't actually have to stand up for something. He just has to show up in the ad wearing a black leather jacket and a picked out fro and receive millions of dollars in funding for doing so. What are you actually suffering? And what are you actually standing up against? It's all marketing. It's all fraud. I detest the way this guy portrays himself in media.
Is it safe for me to interject?
Yes.
Okay. And Zolithor brings up this point in chat. He says his hair looks so fluffy. And I have to agree to the point where, do you think that Colin Kaepernick can use his hair as a pillow? Like, comfortably?
No.
No?
No, not at all. And I'll tell you why.
Huh.
He doesn't have really thick, kinky hair. And any black person who's in the audience or anybody who's ever had a black girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, stepbrother, sister will know what I'm talking about. That hair, if you squeezed it, would immediately move in. There's not much to it. It's all just super. It is extremely fluffy. And if he, I don't know, look, see the pin or the beret rather that he's got holding it back here. That's what's causing all the fluffage. He wears the afro to make himself look extra black. That's why. It's all image with this guy. Everything he does is all just image oriented. Oh, I'm an NFL quarterback. No one will hire me again, even though I've got an extremely middling record. It must be because I'm the lightest skinned black man you've ever seen. Right. Yeah. That's it. It's all the racism, man. Because the NFL doesn't have any black folks in it. This fucking guy, he bugs me so bad to the point where this arrogant bastard's willing to walk around with a Kunta Kinte shirt and a Pan-Africanism flag. Fuck off.
His hairline is really freaking me out. Look at that. It's
tragically uneven.
It is. Like, bruh, you're making what, $7 million from Nike sponsorship deals alone, and you can't even afford a decent barber? Please.
It's just like what have you actually done, man? What have you are you setting up scholarships? Are you working at local community boys and girls clubs?
Yeah,
things that actually make a difference in real people's lives? Or are you enriching yourself by claiming to be a victim?
I did look into this, and it looks like Colin Kaepernick, at least in 2016, I believe, raised money to buy people suits, like people who were down on their luck and going in for job interviews. He raised money to buy them suits for their job interviews, which is admirable, but that was the only thing I could find. So.
And from the guy's track record and how superficial he's willing to be, I would be completely willing to believe that he did the whole thing to meet the minimum amount of what he could do for a taxable donation to be able to write it off on his year's income tax.
Yeah, like if I were to look it up right now, Colin Kaepernick charity. 2007, 2018. The most recent stuff coming out is from 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. And when did he get his Nike sponsorship deal?
Probably, I don't know, 2 years ago, probably.
Where QB donates his money.
Well, Michael Trudell says he is pretty smart. He took it to Nike, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that there isn't a lot of smarts in what the guy's doing. It is just such a deep level of obvious conniving that it makes me angry. It's like looking at the Kardashians. It makes me angry, the level of conniving marketing that they engage in. If it wasn't successful, I wouldn't care. I get angry because it's been successful. a compliant media, a bunch of morons in sportswear, and a whole bunch of people that are afraid of saying anything because they'll be seen as racist if they don't just agree with what the guy's saying. It's like a force field of SJWism he's managed to construct around himself and monetize the fuck out of it.
So it looks like he donated $1 million to issues that drove him to protest. And then there's a
To do what?
$1 million to issues that drove him to protest. So
that's specific.
Philanthropic work. $1 million since as far back as 2018 is what I'm finding. Not a lot else since then. So
Ocean Redux asks, why is Weebo's hair so nice? Because she's doing a video later.
Yes, I'm filming a video. It's a review of Birds of Prey. About 1,000 words written, and it's going to be relatively short, but it is going on the main channel instead of Weebo Incognito because I've decided to consolidate the two channels. So anything that I had on Weebo Incognito will be posted to this channel. So if you've never subscribed to the other channel, you can subscribe. You don't have to. It's all coming back over here, and you don't have to go away. And, it'll be a re-upload, obviously. Not Birds of Prey, but all the other videos will be re-uploaded, and they'll be stipulated as such on the channel. So it won't be super confusing.
I
got lazy and I didn't want to maintain two channels anymore. But I did want to start uploading more fun review-y type content.
I have a second channel.
So many opinions. You do?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. That's why there's not much on it.
Exactly. That's why.
Why? Your whole main channel's nothing but shit posty garbage. Why would you need a second one?
Your main channel. Speaking of your main channel and things and posting and whatnot, Polly.
Yep.
How's our collaboration going?
Oh yeah.
Did you forget about it again?
No, I didn't. I was reminded of how much I hate editing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate me some editing.
Suck it up, Buttercup. You want
I
to
know.
be big in this world? You gotta edit a little bit.
What did you just say? If you want to get ahead in the world?
If you want to get ahead in this world, you have to edit a little bit.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of videos that I did do and editing that I did accomplish, I posted a video last night, early this morning. A few people.
I saw it upload. I didn't get a chance to watch it though.
No, I understand. I watch your content. You ignore mine. That's the way it's
I had rehearsal today, and I had to strip my entire bed down, wash everything because it was full of nasty mucus germs and the shit. All right, so I was a busy Weebo today. Plus, my project proposal is due tomorrow, and that's for my senior project in computer science. So I got to finish editing that too.
So what about the several dozen other times you failed to watch any videos of mine? What was that going on there too?
Oh no,
I'm just busting balls. It's fine.
Why you make me feel bad about myself, Polly? I'm a little girl. I'm just trying to make my way in this world, man.
No, I understand. That video was 6 minutes long.
It was so long. I don't even watch my own 6-minute videos. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, no, it's just other people had brought it up in chat. Like Evolve Potato just said you posted a great video last night. Well, thank you. And some other people said that they liked it. I was surprised at the reaction. It really was just a shit posty video. And relative to some of the other stuff that I've posted, I was really surprised that anybody even listened through the whole thing. Because it's just me doing an evil live read of George Soros's fucking op-ed piece in the New York Times. It really didn't upset me. I'm like, this fucking guy. He really is a fucking supervillain. Who else could call up the New York Times and go, oh, hey, I want to promote my politics, my anti-nationalist, pro-socialism politics. I'm a fucking billionaire, but I love me some socialism. I've set up a means of fighting nationalism, read state sovereignty and open borders, because that's what he means. Far left-wing causes. Long after I'm dead, by donating $1 billion to fund various organizations. Like, this guy, it's like, really, you're a major funder behind Black Lives Matter for them to go protest? You're a major funder behind Antifa for them to go protest and print all their cards and do all their stuff? You were the main funder behind the Shadow app that caused all the fuckery in Iowa? Yeah, this guy's not. No, he's not a supervillain at all. This man loves democracy. He says
Wait,
he does. Trust him.
He was?
Yeah, actually, he was.
What's his face? Is that you?
No.
What the fuck?
God, relax.
What the absolute fuck?
Relax, Weebs. Whatever it is, it's fine. It's.
I don't know how that happened, Polly. I haven't touched my phone since we started this stream.
Was that an ad?
No, it was a video. I don't even know how I got here. It's a Fox News video. It says man arrested for driving into a tent full of Trump supporters. Report. It just showed up. It's not even in. Okay, this is really freaking me out, Polly, because it just showed up, and my phone wasn't even open, and it started just talking, and it's not in my subscription box. It wasn't even in my last recent searches because that's a Delta Ray song that I was listening to. So I don't know what's going on.
Whoa, it's cool. It's cool.
It's there's no reason that would come on my phone because it was on YouTube. I'm scared, Polly.
Did you have a long video playing and it finally got to the end of it, started a new one and ran an ad?
I was listening to, this is a little embarrassing, Godwinson's live stream before we came on, and it could be, I don't know if that's the case, but it could be that his live stream ended and it sent me to the next thing.
Right.
And recommended.
And you had it on, had it on autoplay and it ran an ad. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be playing. Like, I had paused it. Oh, you know what he did? He set the video to private. That's what sent me over to the next video. Okay, we figured it out. I'm no longer scared for my safety as a person.
We have calmed the poltergeists.
Freaking out a little bit. Thank you, Lion Patriot, for the donation on the super chats. Eve's is streaming raid. Yeah, everyone go check out Eve's channel after you're done here because reasons.
So, quiet as kept on the low key, right?
Yeah.
Eve is she's thinking about toying with the idea of starting her own live stream, not gaming streams.
Did you mean like talk show thingies like these?
Yeah.
Like where she interviews people or where she has a
well, not interviews, just, I'm sure she'll have guests on it and stuff, but quiet as kept, keep on.
Okay.
Eve is a great conversationalist, so I think that's a good idea.
You know what's devastating is that anytime I try to have a game night on the Discord, Eve is always busy or streaming.
Hey, I was amazed that you were actually able to find time consistently to do this stream. I was like, really? You like when I was reading those DMs, I was like, okay. Anyway. Oh, thank you. Next 6 minutes.
I wanted to pick up another show. Sorry, you were reading a super chat.
That's all right. Yes, thank you. Next 6 minutes. Dude, bro, you need a new potato. Holy shit, everyone. Help this man get a new potato. His Google Chrome is harassing his mojo, bro. Don't let the good dude mojo go harsh, bro. For all that's good and decent in this world. Potato. Damn.
Hard. We should get Eve on sometime. Like all three of us together at the same time. Eve, you, myself. I think it'd be a fun conversation.
Oh, that's why your channel's suffering, Weebo.
Why?
Said right there in chat. Weebo's the best. Polly's holding her back on this one. I'm the reason your channel's suffering.
No, you know what it is? Every time I upload a video I get this weird thing where 8 people, 9 people, 12 people get unsubscribed from me. And I don't know if it's because I've mortally offended their delicate sensibilities or if it's because it's a YouTube bug. And I know that I'm not the only one that has this problem. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a YouTube thing more than it is a me thing. Which means I just have to upload spicy content that's going to get me views and subscribers more so than I just upload my milquetoast general Weebo content. That's just what my audience wants. which is a really, really downer perspective on the whole matter. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, YouTube, fix your shit.
Yeah,
Borrow a phrase.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. You got a much better grasp of it than I do in terms of like vidIQ and tags and stuff like that. I think the whole thing is a giant dice rolling mystery to me, and I'm happy to accept that it is. There's channels out there that their content is legit quality. Your boy Pat, his Psycho Rick channel,
yeah,
all of his RIP videos that he does about different people are like, yeah, I dig Pat. Pat's a great guest to come on Noir Bar. I've talked to them. Interesting guy. He's got great takes on stuff. But that's not what he does on his Psycho Rick channel. It's not about hot takes. He's taking different stuff. So here's this quality content. I was talking about this with Monkey and Jack after a Monkey in the Morning like a week ago. And that's what we arrived at. There is a lot of crap shooting dice rolling to it.
Yeah.
Because it's like people shout out Pat, and like I'm doing right now, go check out his Psycho Rick channel. It's great content. And for some reason, but then again, somebody like whoever the hell, who's bigger than all of us, could watch it and give the guy a shout out and his channel would explode. That's the dice rolling thing to it, right?
It is.
And so what do? Keep producing good content and keep rolling the dice. Like there really isn't another way forward, Oh, Manic donated $10, and thank you, Manic. And no comment. I never went to. I've really got to get my ass in gear and reorganize the potato thing because I want to be able to have a sound pad, and especially for a very particular reason. Weebs, I actually cracked the code of how to have people on a live stream hear the sounds that you hear in real time.
Huh.
That's tough. You have to run two different, the way that I figured it, I'm sure there's other workarounds, probably simpler ones too. Yeah, Chad, I don't know if you know, but like because of the delay, people will hear the donation sound go off or other stuff happen. And you got to go, whoa. Just give me a second. Because we're doing like rapid back and forth conversation, right? And you got to cut people off in the middle of a statement, like over on Sinatra's stream where he does the text to speech thing. And he's got to constantly tell people, hey, don't talk. So it's like the golden apple or the whatever to figure out how to get them to hear it in real time. And there is a way to do it.
You routed desktop audio through to pair with your mic audio, and so that anyone that's picking up on your mic audio can hear it.
Yeah, well. Exactly. Or you can do it another way, create a separate account, and that's the sounds account. And you invite that account into the stream, and then you can adjust the level of its audio separately if you want to. But yeah, you basically have to feed it through your mic. One way or another, it's got to be an input into the stream. So the Streamlabs sound, you have to capture the Streamlabs donation. This is some inside baseball shit. But yeah, there is a workaround, but it's pretty complex, and you have to run two pieces of software in the background to get it to happen.
See, I'm still trying to figure out how to get desktop audio. I am trying to figure out how to do that through StreamYard. I've not had success with it.
Actually, Manic asked an important question, and she's here right now. It's like, did you get the one that I sent a few days ago? Yeah. And I was talking about it on Monkey in the Morning when I opened my Streamlabs. And I was like, oh, Manic sent one a while back, and I don't think I was live at the time that she sent it. So, thank you now. But yeah, talked about that, and I absolutely did. Thank you very much. Your donations are always greatly appreciated. And I read them out the next time I'm on a live stream in case you catch it after the fact. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Someone just tagged me in a picture where they superimposed a skull onto my hand in the picture. Am I really that blurry to you guys?
Yes, you are. Are you running 480 or 720? The Streamlabs default or StreamYard defaults to 480, right?
Does it?
Yeah, you can switch it up to 720.
Yeah, it's at high definition right now.
Is it? Because you are blurry, so I thought you were running 480 for the sake of lower system resources.
No. It might also have to do with the fact that I'm running it through a webcam capture software. Hang on. Advanced settings. No. 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 I have to fix it. You know what I really want to get at some point in the near to soon future?
Huh.
An actual camera. Not just a web camera. Because even though these are really nice, I like them to be better and have better quality. So there's that. But the other thing that I really want to get, aside from a camera, is a teleprompter, so that I can stop having to keep myself in front of my computer screen whenever it is that I'm doing a video, and I can be a little bit more dynamic with what it is that I'm doing.
What you want to get a teleprompter? I mean, there's teleprompter software, like freeware and paid stuff. So you're saying you want another screen?
Like an actual legit portable teleprompter that I can use as a teleprompter. Because right now I'm using my laptop screen. And it's just got the text script on it. But I'd like something that's detachable. That's not my laptop.
Do you have a tablet of one kind or another?
No. But that would be more expensive, wouldn't it? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Read Ocean Redux's super chat, because I want to understand what the hell he's saying.
Ocean Redux, thank you for the 5. Polly, stop lying, lol. Anyway, chug the rest of that shit. Are you drinking?
Yeah, I opened a can of hard cider. I guess you guys heard that. No embarrassment. This is cocktail hour. Fuck it.
Of course.
Stop lying. What did I lie about?
Oh.
I'm thinking back over it, and it's like, yeah, I tell all kinds of lies. I'm just wondering which one you caught. All right.
Oh, wow. Teleprompters are a lot more expensive than an actual just, like, basic bitch tablet.
Yeah, man. Buy a basic bitch tablet, like a Samsung basic tablet, fucking iPad. Like an Android operating system running Samsung tablet is fucking fine. Like they are as powerful as you need them to be for most of anybody's fucking purposes. And you don't have to pay the Apple tax.
Yeah, just a basic tablet. Anyone got
absolutely, and
send them to me in the Twitter.
And you can buy them used, refurbished at a fucking fantastic price.
See, I had bought a refurbished tablet for when it was that I went away to Paris, because I thought, I'm not bringing my laptop, but I'd like to get some work done. So I bought a tablet. It was a $98 purchase, very, very cheap, refurbished. I thought it would work perfectly, or I thought it would work somewhat decently, but it was abysmally slow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like Dumbbeard says, you don't want a tablet. They don't make good extra monitors. I would argue generally you're right. Yeah, but Weebs wanted high mobility. So
I just like something that I can pick up and put over like there in the corner so that I can read off of it or just, get prompted by it when it is that I'm doing other stuff. So I don't have to just keep myself sat in this chair all the time, No,
I get the idea. And if you want extreme mobility, and the cheap mounters for tablets so you can position them wherever, but to put it wherever you want for when you're doing videos, a tablet would be your best path forward. And if you're looking at $100 tablet, you say it runs slow, but if you're buying it for the sole purpose of running teleprompter software, hey.
Maybe. I'd have to look at a few options. I'd like something that's not just specific. Like if I'm going to get a tablet, right? Then I'd like to have it be more than just as a teleprompter too. You know
what I want? I want to if I had money, I was looking into it, and that's why I got this opinion on man, look at what an iPad's going for. Look at what a Samsung Android OS is running.
Yeah.
Or going for. Even refurbished. I was looking at one as strictly a comic book reader. I want one because Quiz has one, and he convinced me that this is great because I'm reading my CBR and CBZ comic book files on an external monitor.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather have a fucking, 12-inch tablet, so it's the same size as a comic book or larger, and you can like hold it and read it, and there's a high degree of mobility. And I would use it for other things, but yeah.
I think before I got the teleprompter, like that's like a side purchase. I don't actually need it. It would just be nice. Mostly, I just need a better camera, something more portable. Because right now, the webcams are only as portable as my laptop, and my laptop can't run the audio software and the webcams at the same time, at the same quality that I'd like them to be at. It's giving me shit.
Yeah, you need some 4K shit.
No, not 4K. Just maybe like a digital camera that films better quality with a microphone attachment, you know?
Yeah.
I'd like that. That'd be good. That would be good. Does anyone have any suggestions?
In chat, talk about first world problems, but I live in the first world.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just busting balls here a little bit, but it's like, I've never quite understood that. It's like, why would I have third world problems? Like if I was complaining to you, Weebs, Jesus Christ, I had to walk 4 miles to get fresh water today. And when I got there, the well was dry.
Oh, boo-hoo. Talk about third world problems. Why not? Did you know our great ancestors didn't even know about the wheel? They had to watch fire because if it went out, they had no way of making it happen again. They had no idea.
Damn primitives without access to flint.
Exactly. Can you believe that? Primitives. Thank you, Manic, for the $10. Polly sent you another donation with no message a couple of days ago. I'm not sure it went through, though. Also, cute pigtails, Weebo. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, yeah, actually, Manic, I saw you write that. Not that one, the one with no message. And I'm not sure it went through, though. I don't know. I would have to look. The one with no message. I see one here for 5 from you. And then that is it.
Daniel Fullman asks, do you guys end up with boxes of equipment you no longer use? Yes.
No.
But I end up...
I don't have nearly enough equipment that I would end up with boxes of it at all.
Not so much that I no longer use, but that I don't use as regularly as I'd like it to be used. But that's mostly because I have a very small setup here. I have one room to myself, and so I need the space that those things would otherwise occupy. Like I have a green screen that I don't get as much use out of that I would like to get use out of. I got more use out of it when I was holed up as a single person and a duplex, which was really nice because I had all this free space that I could just use at my leisure. Yeah. But I did have also a Scarlet Studio setup that I ended gifting to my brother after I got the Blue Yeti because it was more for music production than it was for like streaming or
right.
Audio recording for videos. My brother could get some use out of it because he's the musician. So he would get more use out of it, definitely. And he has, certainly. But that was expensive equipment. That was actually a gift from somebody, too. A lot of the things that I have are gifts from people.
The only specialized equipment I ever bought for streaming is this mic, the Blue Yeti mic that I bought. And I bought it because I bought it used. And it was coming with the flexi arm here to be able to move it around and the pop filter and all of it for, what was it, $60? I think $60, $70 I paid for it. And I mean, that's it. I would like to buy a cam. We've seen my cam. Like it's just the one that's in the laptop, the integrated one. And oh yeah, man, it's digitized and blurry. It's no good. I wanted to do the certain videos, but the only thing I wanted for was what Inquisitor uses his for mostly, paint stream for minis and stuff. And that's not even for streaming. That's more for being able to like hang out and paint minis with the people that do that kind of nerdery. And I would be able to get better advice on what I'm doing wrong because I'm a total noob with it, you know? But I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to buying webcams and shit. I was watching Young Ripper 59, Eric July's channel. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Weebs. He's pretty entertaining. He was talking about getting a new 4K camera, but this is a guy who's performance oriented. He's a professional musician, and he's like the front man, the mic man. He's the guy on the mic. And his video intro or his channel intro used to be him turning around in chair and going, "Hi, I'm Eric July. I scream into a mic for a living." And he's got one of the mics that's the exact same make and model that Sinatra uses that he pitched to me. And I'm like, dude, your voice quality is on some different level. And this one is, I mean, it's good. It works. I'm not trying to claim it's some kind of high-end mic. I bought it because it was used, inexpensive, and part of a package for cheap, and broke grad student here, y'all.
Yeah.
It's like, you should get one of these mics. I was asking Sinatra which one it is that he has, and he DM'd me the make and model. Holy fuck, y'all, $400. I was like, yo, no, I cannot put $400 into just a microphone. No. Anyway, I was watching Eric July's channel, and he's got one of those mics, and the sound quality is unbelievable. But again, professional musician, really performance oriented. He's talking about getting his 4K camera. He can't wait till it arrives. Oh my God. And after he got it, I'm like, I actually don't even see the difference, man. But some people are performance hounds, right? That's
right.
And God bless you if you've got the money to do it, and you're into, you know, the people that bother to buy rifles that are, you know, they can go from half MOA to quarter MOA, and you're willing to dump in $2,000 just to get like an extra $2,000 just to get it done. Hey man, God bless. Have a good time.
Daniel Fullman asks, to both of us, do you think your college knows you're on YouTube, and do you think you are being monitored? I don't think that they know, and I don't think that I'm being monitored. Polly?
Do I think my university knows that I'm on YouTube, and am I being monitored?
Yeah.
Probably not. In terms of most of the people that I know, I don't really think that they'd care. I really don't think they'd care. I want to keep those things separate. There's anonymity is a good thing. The 99% of the people that watch you and have the 99% of people that will watch you are not a problem. It's the one loon. You know what I mean? It's going to make your fucking life hard. That's going to show up at your door and be like, "Hey man, want to go get coffee?" And it's like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean?
That's the thing that I'm a little bit terrified of, is just someone recognizing me outside. I don't think there's an actual danger of that, but I keep it on the DL. Like, I don't advertise that I have a channel. Actually, Balik is the one who's more responsible for advertising me on campus than I am. I keep it on the DL. And it's a little bit annoying when he talks me up a little bit. Not gonna lie. Because
thank you, Manic, for the $15. Why do you hate me Streamlabs? What? I don't hate your Streamlabs. Thank you very much for the $15. See, God, I'm such a scatterbrain when I'm over caffeinated and been drinking. That's why I brought up I want to do the sound pad thing and everything else. And I want to get better with that, because I want to be able to, like, I don't know why this is, but the majority of people who hit me up with donations with no text whatsoever are Aussies. So I want like an Aussie song to play when Aussies give me donations with no sounds. I'm thinking I Still Call Australia Home, like the thrash metal version of it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something. I want to have different things to be able to play at the same time. Stands, man. Poly stands. This next 6 minutes. There's all sorts of sounds that I think would be fun for comedic value and shit like that, and just different things to play. And who is it that said if Sinatra recommended it's probably good? Oh yeah, I read the features that mic has and the the qualities that it has. And yeah, it is so many steps above a Blue Yeti. It's not even worth talking about. I understand now why he, for his live reads for like the creepypasta that he does, and why Eric July, who uses it, it's the same mic that Joe Rogan uses for his podcast. Yeah, I understand why everybody sounds as quality as they do with its internal preamp, and and when I'm talking like this and then I'm moving back over here, the volume totally changes. It's got internal gain software to mitigate all of those things, so when you move around, it doesn't change your voice quality that much. Oh man, that mic is on some other shit. It's incredible.
I can't justify getting anything too mega hype mic wise. The Blue Yeti's always worked for me pretty decently, except for recently regarding the routing of my audio, because it defaults to my webcams because they're always plugged in, but my Blue Yeti is not always plugged in, so it becomes an issue.
Oh, I get it. Manic was saying, why does Streamlabs hate her? Why do you hate me, Streamlabs? I get it.
I see.
Dan Fulman says, I thought the college would listen to make sure that you're not saying anything problematic.
This is specific to me, I think, because the impression that I gave people when I had to not do side quests and I had to change up my personality or what have you on the professional stream was that the impression was, I guess, that people took away from that was that the college was watching me and monitoring me. That's not necessarily the case. It's not the college that's watching me, but if I happen to step out of line in such a way, the funding for my ability to go to college goes away completely. And so it would be more of it's a precarious position because I'd rather not talk about it, but it's not the college that I'm worried about. I'll leave it at that. It's another party entirely. So yeah. RIP the professionals. Yeah, you're right, Lion.
The Blue Yetis are good mics. Like for what they are, they're good. If you're under the impression that it's a super high-end recording mic, you're wrong. You should readjust your expectations. But I mean, seriously, $60-$70 that I paid for this whole thing? No. I'm getting my money's worth out of it. Come on. Let's be reasonable here. I'm not under the impression this is studio quality, blah, blah, blah. It works. You know what I mean? It's better than the... Yeah, exactly. So that's the big purchase. So what purchase do you really want? Do you want a better camera? Or do you want the teleprompter thing? Poll your audience. They're here right now. What
I would prefer a better camera because that offers more mobility for me as a person to do more interesting things. I can do without the teleprompter because all I'd have to do is just do something intricate with my laptop. That's it. Or my
Oh my God. Golden Age Radio. Thank you for the $1. The government knows when you masturbate. I'm ruined.
Boy, oh boy.
What?
Hey, where do we get our ideas from, Polly?
The
internet.
The internet.
Well, it's not quite untrue.
You know what? The idea for my last video I did get from the internet. I don't remember who it was. I was on Monkey in the Morning and I was talking about how obviously propaganda oriented that bullshit George Soros op-ed piece was, and I can't believe, oh, wait a minute, I totally can believe that the New York Times published it. You fucking shills.
Polly, you seem a little bit salty.
Well, it's just the whole thing about Facebook. It's like Facebook caused Trump to get elected. And you know what they're goddamn well aiming at? We want Facebook regulated, and we want to be the regulators. And it's like, think about this for a second. What you have a whole bunch of people in Silicon Valley, California, deciding on what's hate speech. Gee, what do you think's going to get decided on as hate speech? I'll let you answer that question for yourself. I think you know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be going after all the jihadi material and all the black supremacist material. That'll be top of their hit list.
Nah.
So I got angry about it, and I was talking about it, like I can't believe you guys are publishing an actual supervillains op-ed piece and calling it an opinion piece.
Don't worry about it. Not a big deal.
Yeah. And somebody in chat, and I forget who, said you should do a read of it as Palpatine. And I thought, you know what, that's not a bad idea. Just read it literally as it is, word for word, verbatim, but read it in a certain voice. And that's not exactly my attempt at a Palpatine voice. It's just evil, mad genius, supervillain voice, and that's what I came up with.
I will be the judge of that. How about that?
It's actually not verbatim, because at the very end of it, I didn't think many people were going to listen to the whole thing, because you kind of get the idea.
Yeah.
It's not a long op-ed, but I mean, you get the idea.
The whole video. Never assume that. Never assume that people actually watch the whole video.
Well, yeah. But when it gets to the end, I couldn't resist adding in a line, right? I just supervillain laugh and then dance, insignificant puppets dance. Yeah.
Mood. Did you do the video Soros? Wow. Daniel Fallman asked, did you do the Soros video in one take, Polly?
Yes, I did.
Good. Can I ask my own personal question, Polly?
Yes.
What is the estimated time that you think it will take for you to finish off our lovely little collab that we worked on so strenuously all those weeks ago?
Chat. That was Weeb's asking with no intended guilt whatsoever. None. It was just no. You know what? If I put balls to the wall, I could finish it tonight.
Balls to the wall, you say? All right.
Speaking of masturbation, yes.
What? Excuse me, sir. I don't think that's how that works.
Oh.
I could be
wrong. How would you know?
Well.
I've had many a male friend, and they went into unfortunate detail of how they masturbate, and that's not how it works.
You know, it's unfortunate to say that is actually the truth.
God damn.
Are you ashamed of your sex now, Polly?
Your
gender.
My gender. I was like, I'm like, I wouldn't call masturbating sex. What? So I don't understand why. I mean, there's an interesting difference between men and women, right? I can absolutely understand why no woman would want to hear how a man masturbates, but I totally want to hear how women do it.
Thank you, Ocean Redux, for the donation. Polychug, at least 2 that you opened. I dare you. Do it against the mic so we can hear it. He censored the word, but I have no idea what it is. Lol. Also, hi, Weebo. Lol. Hi, Ocean. Exactly. Don't forget, Weebs is bigger.
I've heard that. I still don't believe it at all.
Believe my audience. They are never wrong. They are geniuses. They know what they're talking about. I have a question.
Why would somebody pay you to challenge me?
Yes.
I don't know either.
Yep. Hey, Polly, do you have moderation power on my chat?
Let's see. Mods. Yes, I do.
Oh,
wrenched.
I wasn't sure because I thought I added you, but I wasn't 100%.
Have a good night, Devil Fruit Zero.
What say we go for another 12 minutes answering questions from the chat, and then we call it
10:30 seems like a good time.
All right, I have a question.
Shoot.
How many MP is good MP when you're looking at a camera? I don't know anything about cameras.
Oh.
What's MP?
How many megapixels?
Yeah.
I'm
looking at it, and it says 24 for quite a few of them.
Yeah, You're not looking. Are you looking for a still camera or a camera with video capability?
I just did vlogging camera on Amazon, and that's all that I'm getting.
Yeah, you're going to get extremely specific.
Yeah. Ooh, 26 MP.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's
That
60
good?
megapixel stuff easily and more. I mean,
The only thing that I know about cameras is that 1080p is good, but that's it. And then there are like 8 million other options.
yeah. A lot of cameras have moved up to be able to do 2160.
Yeah.
Which is 4K. 4K is 2160. What?
It's so many.
Yeah. Well, remember, I don't know if you know this, but that's the measurement of the height of the screen.
Yeah.
Right? 720 pixels from top to bottom vertically, and then 1080 pixels from the top to the bottom of the screen, and then 2160. So that's what's getting bigger. And then why they measure it vertically is it depends on the aspect ratio. It's 1080 by 1920 is standard aspect ratio, is considered standard aspect ratio, which gives you, I forget what that is in terms of, it's not 6:9. It's, it doesn't matter, but they always go by pixel height to lend consistency to it, because sometimes you get widescreen and then super widescreen and then 4:3. So to make sure it's always a consistent measurement, they just went with screen height. What is it? 1080 is good enough for your purposes. Do you need to go 4K? Well, somebody has to have a 4K monitor and be running the video at 2160 to make it worth your time.
Yeah.
The value in 2160 is that you can zoom in on something without any blurring, because it's got so much pixel density in the original raw file. But the original raw file is going to be huge.
Yeah, no, I don't want you guys looking at me that close up without any blurring. Blurring is a blessing. All right? It's a blessing.
It right? Smooths the lines and hides the pores.
You can't see all of my delicate flaws.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe 1080p is too many p.
No. 1080 is fine, because do you really need to run higher res than that? You know what I get with my potato, and this bugs me when people do this? They run their streams at 60 FPS, frames per second.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? You're not gaming. It's just you sitting there talking. And for a lot of people, it wouldn't matter. But it makes this fucking stream stutter and buffer for people with potatoes and people on phones. So why run it at 60 FPS if you're not gaming? I don't get that.
So like halvesy that 30 frames per second?
Yeah, 30 is the dead standard, like is the default. And if it's just you there and you're not doing sports, you're not running around on a field where the images might blur, you're not doing gaming, so you want smooth character movement and stuff. Yeah, you might want 60 FPS if you're doing that, but if it's just you sitting there, why? You're just making it hard on everybody who's trying to bring it in and stream it. I don't get that. But then again, some people are just performance hounds, man. They just love, I can, so I do.
Yeah. I mean, if you have the funds, why not go all out? You never know. Anyway, so questions. Valve Magno comes out with a heavy one. Are you guys HCOS deniers? Sorry for the abbreviation. No, I'm not a Holocaust denier. Polly.
You're buying into the 6 Brazilian, are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm a filthy pleb.
Polly, would you buy a My Little Pony themed Serbu 50 caliber rifle if you had the cash? No. No.
Polly, why not?
Because if I had the cash, there's so many other things I would buy first.
Wait, how much would that go for? Like, how much does that cost?
That's going to be in the thousands.
Yeah? Just because it's a Serbu 50 cal, or because it's a My Little Pony?
Well, who's the person who put a fucking My Little Pony graphic on a fucking rifle at all?
Oh my God.
I mean, if you got the money to, I guess, go ahead. I'm not going to, well, I'll judge you, but I'm not going to tell you not to do it.
Oh my God. I think it exists. I'm at brony.com right now. $12,000. That's how much it costs.
Fucking hell.
Hot shit, man. I don't even know if this is the actual gun itself, but it is My Little Pony themed. Oh, that's 2014, so it's probably gone up in cost, right?
Yep. Oh, it's a highly collectible item.
You wouldn't buy it just for the sheer novelty of it, that it might cost more in the future? Probably. That seems stupid to me. It's a good investment, obviously. There will always be bronies in this world. Right?
Yeah. I mean, well, Manic sums it up nicely. Polly likes getting laid. He's not going to buy any My Little Pony stuff. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. And it's just, I don't get My Little Pony at all.
Think that My Little Pony interest doesn't get you laid, I have no idea. I know exactly one brony IRL.
And?
Yeah, he does have trouble getting laid.
I mean, I don't think you need to be super alpha male, all hardcore, blah, 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 just to get laid. No, that's bullshit. But well, if you're spending your time focused on My Little Pony, those are the things that drive your interest, and you're collecting shit, buying t-shirts and posters, you got a lot of Sailor Moon stuff and things along those lines, you're probably not focused on the kind of things that are going to attract girls to you generally. Just
well, okay, so so when I say he does have trouble getting laid, he does have trouble getting laid in the female department. Because he's not into women, so I don't know about his trouble getting laid in the other department.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Well,
Cult of Krill, you clever bastard. Whenever I ride mass transit, I wear a My Little Pony shirt. It makes sure no one sits next to me.
Life hack.
No, seriously, that's not bad. That's not bad. If you want to ensure your personal space, I think you might have figured out the way to do it via a t-shirt. Well done.
It's like a walking billboard advertisement that you are not someone to be socialized with.
Well, okay, Vol Potato says, I don't think Pat would have trouble getting laid. He's a brony. When you're rolling with the hyper masculinism that Pat is, you can do stuff that would fuck up another man, and it's fine. You know what I mean?
The testosterone to spare. It's fine. It's not a big. Is he really a brony though? Like,
I don't know if he is or not, but he's got he's dealing with some testosterone surplus. He can fuck around. It's fine for him.
What?
Jolly Roger says, would you consider buying a $700 Damascus folding knife literally made of a piece of the Tirpitz battleship?
Fuck yeah.
If I had $700 to spend on a knife, oh man, a Microtech Halo. Oh my God.
I only understood half of that, but yes.
Look up a Microtech Halo 5. 5 like V as in like Roman numerals. Holy shit, is that a fucking sweet, sexy ass knife. God damn it, Weebo.
Excuse me. Am I looking at, does it look like a mini foldable ninja sword?
Well, it's got the Americanized Tonto shape to it. Yeah. And it's an auto knife. It's like chargeable. You retract it, and then it extends via button push.
5 is in the number, not 5 is in the symbol.
Yeah. And live long and prosper to you as well. You went full Vulcan. By the way, I'm going to go back and grab that image right now.
All right, you do that. He watches it with his daughter, I think, says Evolved Potato. I thought his...
Oh, well, that's just adorable. That'll attract women to you telling them that. Like,
yeah, that doesn't count as being a brony, I think. If he likes it because he just likes it, then yeah, the testosterone to spare is to his benefit. Now, who am I to judge? I still watch Teen Titans.
Thank you, Full Man Polly. What World War II gun have you always wanted to use? I mean, I love my 1911, and I shoot the shit out of it. It comes with me every time I go to the range, and that's a World War II gun, but also a World War I gun. Specific to World War II?
So Someone asked me if I signed, like as in sign language. No, I'd love to learn though. I just don't have.
You know what I'd love to shoot the shit out of, and I've only had a chance to fire it once, and but I'd like to get a lot better of a sense of it. A Thompson submachine gun. There's a 45 ACP beast, the Chicago typewriter, etc. As I understand it, they're iconic and they're cool for what they are, but they're not all they're cracked up to be. That they're actually they run at 12 pounds. They're extremely heavy. They're not very accurate. They jump all over the place. etc. etc. I'd like to, so probably a Thompson submachine gun of all things, just to get a better sense of it.
And on that note, Polly, it is 10:30. We are at time. Which means that I have to do the outro. So, thank you to everybody who showed up to hang out. Thank you to our mods. Even though y'all get a little bit excitable at times, I still thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you to the chat for commenting. Thank you to all who liked, commented, subscribed, and all of the like. Thank you to those who donated. Thank you to Polly for showing up.
Yay.
Talking to me for 2.5 hours straight. Who knew that I was that interesting?
It's never a trial. You're awesome, Weebo.
I appreciate it. And thank you to me, because I'm awesome. Anyway, Polly, do you have anything to show?
Let me think. Not really. I'm just kidding here. I'll put the link to my channel in
the chat.
In chat. And over there you can find all sorts of strangeness that I get into, including comic book curation every Wednesday with Inquisitor and Jack from Bad Comic Reviews. Where we talk about everything in and around comics, not just the comics themselves, but movies and all the bullshit that's going on behind the scenes, because SJWs are trying to always ruin my beloved comics. In addition to that, we also do Noir Bar, late night chill streams. Weebo's going to show up eventually for one of them. It's great. It's a 1942 chill noir bar. It's an awesome scene, man. Totally. And then I just posted a video last night, busting balls on George Soros, who's totally not a supervillain. So yeah, check it out.
Totally a supervillain. And then he's going to work on our collab.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just open that file right now so I can.
You did that last week.
Did I actually?
You did. You specifically opened it and you're like, all right, now it's on my desktop. Now I know that I have to do it.
I probably restarted my computer or something. And...
Of course you did. All right. So, I have a video that's going to go live probably sometime before Wednesday. And then I have another video that's going to go live on Friday. And in between now and Friday, I'll probably have a third video that goes live. All of them will be different subjects. One will be an actual #everythinissexist. One will be a review and one will be a re-upload. So expect lots of content from your girl Weebo this week, because I'm going to be grinding hard. Yay. So on that note, we'll be here next week, same time, same place, same channel, same face. And, maybe we'll talk about getting Eve on at last.
Woo!
That'll be fun. In the meantime, enjoy. I'll see your lovely faces next week. Have a great time and peace out. Bye.
Have a good night, all.